Some people don't like you to mention certain things. Some people don't want you to say this. Some people don't want you to say that. Some people think if you mention some things, they might happen. Some people are really fucking stupid.
You're listening to the worst.
The worst.
You're listening to the worst.
Not the best.
All of it is so bad, it's hard to tell which is the worst.
The absolute worst.
And you're listening to the worst of Opie and Anthony.
The worst of Opie and Anthony.
It's absolutely awful.
Ramon.
Put my stomach in your pocket.
We love the Ramon stuff, don't we, guys?
Yep.
Of course we do.
Steve, Martini Steve, our production guy, he did this whole series of promos revolving around this imaginary guy, Ramon.
Ramon and his boss.
And his boss, who's the big voice guy that voices promos.
And apparently Steve has it all worked out. The relationship, everything, with the way they look, where they live. Many too many details about these characters made up in his little Steve head.
Let's learn about Ramon here.
Ramon. Peroxide your hair and speak in an effeminate fashion.
All right.
Fucking terrible. Here anybody says, I fuck Martini Steve in the mouth.
The worst of Opie and Anthony.
Awful.
What's up with you and your imaginary friend, Ramon?
He's not my imaginary friend. He's just the...
Did you make him up?
Yeah, I did.
He's yours.
Well, he's my creation. I'll certainly take credit for that. But Ramon is the byproduct of something I learned when I was working at NEW. They told me that a lot of the deep voice guys that do voiceover for movies and for TV.
God.
Check this out. Listen, this
explanation.
I know. Here's the explanation. This is exactly where it came from. They do a lot of their voiceover work from home in a home studio on ISDN lines. So a lot of them are just traipsing around home in their bathrobes or sweatpants, making millions of dollars, mind you, doing voice work.
So you believe there's some guy walking around and his houseboy is there.
And he has a houseboy.
And as he's doing these voiceovers, sometimes things happen and he's got to go, Ramon.
Exactly.
So you feel like you're one of these big voice guys and you need a little houseboy.
Oh, no. That's why I pitch my voice down, because I have to make it sound like it's not me. So,
right.
So, yeah, exactly.
So not only does he have an imaginary friend named Ramon, he has an imaginary him.
Oh, this is not going well.
Did you just call from Jersey 2 minutes ago?
What are you
Dude, you think way too much into this. No,
this is how you be. I sit in a room with no windows, mind you, for hours on end. So sometimes you're.
What's the profile of Ramon? What kind of person is he?
Well, that's interesting.
Is he short?
Because I brought this up with Nathaniel and Danny yesterday, and they each have a different visualization for what Ramon looks like.
Really?
All right, get those guys in here. Look at them, all excited. They get airtime. All right, so what?
So I think Danny said it might. Danny said I think he looked something like Ricky, the other intern, but then Nathaniel had a totally different look for what Ramon might have looked like. And for all I know, everybody's got.
Danny,
some,
do you think
I believe he looks like the cover of Rent Boys.
Danny, do you think it's a little weird that Steve has an imaginary friend named Ramon?
It's a little strange.
And what do you think Ramon looks like?
To me, he looks something like Hervé Villachez if he was normal sized.
Oh, okay.
But with the Ricky mustache.
Nathaniel, do you think it's weird that he has an imaginary friend?
I don't know. I kind of like Steve.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
It's not about liking him. Do you know that we smash the people we really like on this show?
Yeah. Well, I think he does have a whole persona worked out. Yeah, definitely
I think Steve's given a lot of thought to this.
Yeah, I mean, he hasn't stuck his hand in a sock and started talking to it. It's probably good, but it could be soon.
No, that's not happening. But you do have to.
Is Ramon with you right now?
No, Ramon is not in the room.
Can you channel Ramon?
No, because you'll never hear from Ramon. You'll only hear Ramon being referenced.
You do hear from Ramon. Steve's not here right now, Mrs. Torrance. Ramon's the little boy who lives in my mouth.
Is Ramon your Jenny Piccolo? It's a friend that we'll just never see. It was Jenny Piccolo, right, from Happy Days?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ramon will, well, kind of. Ramon will never be referenced in the first person. You'll never hear, a little voice pop up and go, "Yes, sir." You'll never hear that. You will only hear Ramon being referenced as like he's being addressed, or in the third person.
His name.
Do you want him to talk, but he's not supposed to?
No, it's.
You like ice cream, Ramon?
Do you want to secretly be Ramon?
Oh no. Ramon's a houseboy.
Yeah.
Ramon's a house. You don't aspire to be Ramon.
I'm thinking you might want to be a houseboy.
No.
Kind of like where someone tells you what to do.
I'll bet you in his mind, Ramon is probably 5'10", very svelte, smooth abs, unclipped, hung 10, fat, doesn't speak English, willing to do anything for a buck. Is that who Ramon is?
Ramon.
Do you have an example of Ramon? Does Derek have a promo he could play featuring Ramon?
Yeah,
he'll find it in a second. How many Ramones? How many Ramon promos are there?
Honestly, I just did the second one yesterday, but I'm thinking there could be a series of Ramon.
Of course there will be.
When do you think maybe we should take Ramon to the doctor?
All right, let's. If Derek's ready, let's hear the Ramon promo, Anthony.
All right.
Welcome to the Opie and Anthony. Ooh, it's in my shoes. Ramon, clean this up.
It's a little weird, Steve.
Of course it is.
Now your houseboy's got to clean the crap out of your shoes.
Do you pay him well, at least?
No, houseboys generally don't get paid well.
Not making a lot of money?
No, I mean, let's say maybe he's Guatemalan. Maybe he's, uneducated.
You do great production for the radio show, but I got to tell you, it's a little weird.
The Ramon thing.
Did you buy him after his mother was killed in the tsunami because of child slavery?
Did a tree go through his mom's head?
No, actually, he is from Central America, I believe.
Oh, Central America.
Well, no, I mean, the tsunami hit around the Philippines, so you're certainly not gonna find any Ramones out there.
Is Ramon's last name Robinson by any chance?
Hey, good reference, Dan.
Good reference, but no.
I didn't have to dress up. That's very good.
Oh, that's the fun of it, though.
All right, listen. Let's listen to the second Ramon promo. This is we debuted this earlier this morning.
I just love a drive in the country, laughing with Opie and Anthony. That plane is flying awfully low, don't you think, Ramon? Ramon, call 911.
Now the Ramon promos are that much better and funnier. Because now every time I hear this on the replay, I'm gonna drive off the road.
Ramon.
It sounded like you almost said clean this up, but you went call 911.
I was trying to enunciate it in the same fashion.
Call 911.
Now, Steve,
why wouldn't you call 911?
Yeah.
Why does Ramon have to do everything for you?
Because it's not me, but Ramon is a houseboy assigned to the menial tasks that this deep voice guy does not feel that he's.
I have a problem.
What?
You're taking a leisurely drive in the country. Why is Ramon with you?
Yeah.
Say there's a menial task that has to be taken
roadhead.
care of.
Yeah, exactly. Your mule is dirty, needs to be cleaned.
Ramon,
lap this up.
Perfect example. You go to a self-serve gas station. Do you think this guy, this wealthy voiceover artist, is going to be
Ramon? Top off my tank. Right.
Exactly.
You're a couple weeks away from coming in here with a scarf.
I'm thinking that this guy has, almost a Hef outfit, like a not a leisure suit. What's it called? An ascot and a smoking jacket. Thank you.
Now, how does Ramon feel? Is Ramon
doesn't matter how
angry
Ramon feels
at the guy?
Ramon could be angry. He might be bitter.
Crazy. By the way, crazy Steve.
You have thought about this way too long. There's a profile on your imaginary friend Ramon.
Yeah.
Behind his back, does he like?
Are you or the person that you're voicing in these spots?
Yeah.
That's not Ramon, obviously. Is he married?
No. Actually, you know what? Now that I think of it, there are two of the little cartoons on the website are pretty representative of what this deep voice guy and Ramon might look like. And Ramon is Ramon is a very short, or potentially very short, pygmy. I don't want to alter it too much.
Wow.
Because I don't want to alter it.
Let people imagine their own Ramon.
Ramon should be, everyone should have their own Ramon.
Should people start sending in maybe drawings and cartoons of what they think you and Ramon are
I think that's a great idea.
Are like and look like.
Because there's some talented artists out
Has
there.
Ramon ever stood there and just thrown firecrackers while other people were preparing to rob the house?
Yeah, I do.
You got that
one? Yeah. Trying to remember the name, though. Yeah. Hold on. Was it Boogie Nights? Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I knew the scene. I didn't remember the movie. Boogie Nights.
He's right.
Yeah. Ramon. That is a typical Ramon.
Yeah.
Yeah, the guy throwing the firecrackers around the house.
All right. Well,
that's a Ramon. Ramon takes care of the menial tasks that you can't be bothered with because you're off making the money and you can pay somebody, $3 an hour to go and clean up diarrhea.
Really, for a casual thing, you have his salary already worked out.
Yeah.
How much does he make? Does he live for free in like the what do they call it? That other house,
servants' quarters,
the pool house,
like the pool house or something.
Yeah, he could potentially. You got to remember he maybe doesn't have a great grasp of the English language. He's from Central America. Uneducated,
and no grasp of U.S. law as well.
I didn't say he was underage. I didn't say he was.
Oh no.
I didn't say he was
we
underage.
weren't saying that.
Give the Photoshop people
there you go.
some work on Whackbag. Photoshop people. It's not Steve, so I don't think you have to Photoshop Steve in.
It's a deep voice guy with a little helper named Ramon.
Sure.
Jesus.
Yeah.
No, that's
Danny.
You got like a guy with a pith helmet, like an old an old adventurer.
Yeah.
With the optic thing.
Yeah, he's got a monocle and like a
thank
pith
you.
helmet and binoculars.
Mm-hmm. His name is actually Colonel Wetpants. But,
a colonel with like the little handlebar mustache thing going like, well, there I was.
Yeah, exactly.
In Africa, elephant hunting, when all of a sudden Ramon came over. And then Ramon is a black guy. And he's a pygmy with a bone through his nose and in his hair. With a big afro and like bracelets of bone.
Almost like a shorter LeVar Burton type.
So Ramon's not black.
No, I don't see Ramon as being black.
No, I mean, but that's
I see Ramon as
I was kind of making
Central
a reference.
American, maybe even Mexican.
Hairless. I see Ramon as hairless.
See, now we got a completely different representation of Ramon than
you
what
see a
Danny
very hairy Ramon.
Of course you do, Steve.
Do you really?
A mini bear.
No,
all Ramon can say in English is sweet and cozy. Cozy face.
All right, well, thank you, Steve. Anthony and I just noticed this whole Ramon thing that was kind of taking on a life of its own, and we had to kind of.
I thought you guys liked the Ramon things.
We do.
Oh, okay.
And now they're even better now that we have the backstory. You kidding me?
Of course.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Who's not going to be paying attention to the Ramon promos, and everyone's going to be looking forward to the next one in the series.
Okie dokie. Ramon.
We're the only radio show that discusses show promos.
I know.
The ins and outs of the show promos.
Well, we got a lunatic making them. With his imaginary friends.
Dude, we're all, and I mean myself, obviously, we're all psychotic around here.
Bunch of lunatics.
We've got some problems in this room.
This is Aaron Sheik, the World Wrestling Federation champion. Pleasure for me to the Anthony and Opium, and pleasure to I come here. I want to say hello to all my wrestling fans and hello to all people to the wrestling and pleasure to I be here.
Do you remember that time when the girl Ashley called in?
Ashley.
She's 19 and she slept with her dad's best friend who's not married but also her godfather.
Oh, okay.
Why can't you
now
read right?
I remember.
I read good.
No, you don't. You just blew the whole bit. Ashley calls to tell us she's 19 and slept with her dad's best friend who is not only married but also her godfather.
That's what I said.
I don't know.
Godfather.
They're saying you didn't.
What do they know? They ain't even fucking smart enough to get paid, motherfuckers.
All right. Well, if this was taped, we could rewind the tape to see who was right. So I guess I'll just have to take your word for it.
Thank you for having sex with me, your goddaughter Frank.
All right. Here's Ashley, part 1. We'll come back after part 1 to intro part 2, which will lead into part 3, which will lead into stupid part 4, where something interesting happens. Here's part 1.
All day.
The worst of Opie and Anthony.
I know.
Let's say hi to Ashley in PA. Ashley.
Hi.
Hi. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing really good.
Me too.
Ashley.
Ashley.
That's a name only a hot girl can have.
Yeah. That's right.
You can't be fat and say, "Hi, I'm Ashley."
How hot is Ashley?
I'm pretty hot.
Pretty hot?
Uh-huh.
Where are you from? Pennsylvania?
Hazleton, yeah.
Hazleton.
Okay, not far from Reading.
No.
And why are you calling the show today?
Well, I want to play Call Your Mom, but mine is real.
Oh, you want to confess something to your mom?
Uh-huh. I slept with my dad's best friend last night.
How old are you?
Old enough.
How old are you?
19.
How old's your dad's best friend?
He's 38.
Oh, I'm going to whack my bag.
Is this real?
Yeah.
So how did this come about?
Well, I liked him for a while, and I don't know. Got together last night.
Is your father's friend married?
Yeah.
He's married?
Yeah.
With kids?
No, he doesn't have kids.
Got you.
And is his wife hot?
She's all right, I guess.
And did you make the move, or did he?
We both did.
Both did. So he's been coming over the house a lot?
We've been meeting in a secret location.
Ooh, secret. It's a secret.
It is.
Is it a parking lot?
No.
What kind of a location? You don't have to give away the location. What kind?
A hotel.
Ah, the old hotel.
Yeah.
He's pulling the old Buttafuoco on her.
Is this a real story?
I swear, yeah.
All right, let's get her mom on the phone. But you got to tell the mom that she's going to come on the radio. All right? Do we have your mom's number?
Yeah. No, I got to give it to you.
All right, hold on.
Do it off the air, or else everybody will be calling.
Hold on.
Uh-huh.
They're getting nervous in Washington. Relax. We got to tell the mom that she's on the air.
We know all the laws.
Oh, wait, get Ben in here. Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
Just say it's a radio show, and you know, your daughter has something cute she wants to tell you.
Something cute.
All right.
Right, Ben.
Janice?
Yes.
How are you?
Pretty good.
All right. Are you familiar with the Opie and Anthony show?
No.
Oh, okay. It's a cute little radio show we do.
Okay.
We're pretty harmless.
Okay.
And your daughter's on the line, and she wants to tell you something.
Okay. Oh, where she was.
Any idea in your head what it might be?
Hopefully where the hell she was last night.
Ah. Why is that? Was she missing?
Well, she was supposed to come home by like 1 o'clock because that's her curfew. And I've been lying to her dad all fucking night about where she's been, and I'm a little pissed.
Does she live with you still?
Yes.
She's got a little room that she's had since what? She was a little kid?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Set up the same way.
So
Stuffed animals and stuff.
Yeah, she's still a stuffed animal.
And how old is she?
19.
And where did she say she was going last night?
She was going out to the movies and dinner, and then she was going to be home after she went to some club up in Wilkes-Barre.
With friends, did she go to the movies?
Yeah, that's what she said.
What friend?
Janine, why?
Oh, just wondering.
Janine,
one of our good friends?
Yeah.
Yeah, Janine's she's a troublemaker, isn't she?
Yeah, she can be.
Would rather her not hang out with Janine?
Bad seed.
What movie were they supposed to go see last night?
The Grudge or something like that.
Ah, it's a little scary movie.
Ah,
Yeah.
yes. All right, let's put your daughter on the line here.
Okay.
This is Ashley. Ashley.
Yeah.
Hi. We got your mom, Janice, on the phone here, and she's wondering where you were last night until how late there, Mom?
She never fucking came home at all.
Oh, Jesus.
You got to be.
Still not home.
She's still not home. Well,
Yeah.
maybe she's working.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, no. Ashley?
Yeah.
Would you like to tell your mother where you were last night?
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Mom?
Yes.
You got promised not to get mad, and I don't want you to tell Dad what I'm going to tell you.
I've been lying to him all night. What else do you want me to lie to him about?
Don't use any last names, by the way.
Okay. I slept with Fred last night.
Fred, Daddy's friend.
Yeah.
What are you out of your mind? I am friends with. Oh.
Mom, please don't tell Dad. I don't.
Oh, don't tell Dad.
After him.
You tell Dad. Oh. And you're doing this to me on air? Oh, you're lucky your dad's never heard of this show. Or he'd be in state pen by tonight because he'll come.
What are you all mad about?
His his age and your age and you're my baby and he's fucking a baby? Well, you're not, but you are. You're my kid.
Well, Ashley, what happened last night?
Well, we went out to eat, and we went out to a movie, and then he took me to the hotel, and we fooled around.
You don't have to worry about me telling your dad. I'm going to go fucking kill him.
What's this guy like, Janice?
Well, see, I guess, two-faced, I would say. He's been eating dinner here. He's been eating dinner across the table with you since you're 2 years old.
I can't help it. I'm attracted to him.
You're attracted to him.
What? You fooled around. You just kissed him, right?
No, we went all the way.
Oh, you slut.
Is this the first
I'm not a slut. It's my first time doing it. What the fuck are you freaking out for?
Because he's 38 years old. He just had his birthday.
Are you friends with this guy's wife?
Yes, I am. And Lisa is not going to be... oh, my God. Lisa is your godmother. How am I going to even try and tell her this?
Lisa, the guy's wife, is the godmother of your daughter?
Yes.
Oh, my God. It's a very sacred position to the Sicilian people.
And Ashley, you've been fooling around with him a while or no?
I fooled around with him a couple times, yeah.
But this was the first time you went all the way last night?
Yeah.
And it was in a seedy hotel somewhere?
Yeah, it's in Hazleton.
Yeah, every hotel here is seedy.
Mom, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna tell the wife maybe?
No. Mom, you better know. I don't want you to tell anybody. I just
don't tell anybody. You take me on the radio and you don't want me to tell anybody. Oh, you have some nerve. Oh, my God.
Hey, Ashley, was he good?
Ashley was.
He better damn well be, because now you are out.
What do you mean I'm out?
You can go live with him after he gets a divorce.
Well, fuck it, then I will.
Yeah, you will. This is bullshit. Ashley, I did not raise you like this. What happened to college? Are you going to still go? Are you going to still have a life? Or are you going to just hook up with some old man and live off of him for the rest of your freaking life?
He makes good money.
Well, you know what? You're smarter than that, and you're being a complete moron right now. Complete moron. And this is the something cute you had to tell me. Jesus fucking Christ. Oh, my
bad.
God. Calm down. My blood pressure's shooting up faster than anything. You know, you're going to put me in my fucking grave. I'm not that old, but I'm going to be going in my fucking grave soon.
Can I ask a question?
Uh-huh.
Not to be... Ashley?
Yeah.
Was he a big boy?
Yeah.
I hope it was worth it. That's all I got to tell you. It better fucking have damn well been worth it.
Was he cut or uncut?
He's cut.
What position did you enjoy?
I was mostly on my back.
Yeah. That's great. Eating dinner over your house, now he's eating somewhere else.
Oh, God.
Mom, please don't tell Dad.
Yeah, like I want to lose a husband. Mm-hmm.
Why would you lose a husband?
Because he'll fucking kill him.
Why?
That's his best friend and his daughter.
So what's the problem?
Wouldn't you want to fucking kill him? I mean, right now I'm like getting ready to go to his job and blow his fucking head off.
Oh, boy.
That'd be the second time in 2 days he's had that done.
I hear a kid in the
He's not
background.
going to enjoy my way, though. Fucking little bitch.
So, did you notice there was some flirting going on there, Mom?
No.
No? And what's going on with the kid in the background?
I have babies that are crying.
And this is your oldest?
That's my oldest.
Ashley's your oldest?
And I'm hoping, you know what? He's never allowed in this fucking house again, because how is he going to go after my 12-year-old? Is he going to go after my fucking 2-year-old now?
Well.
Or what? Maybe he'll go after your brother.
You got a little farm there for him.
Yeah, it's like the Expos of pedophiles.
So what are you going to do to keep from raising another slut?
Fucking lock him up. You home after school. You just come home after school.
Could you quiet that baby the same way they quieted the baby at the end of Caligula?
Oh, my God.
Last episode of MASH.
I'm just going to come home and we'll talk.
And
You
the chicken
can't come home.
wouldn't be quiet.
I've been up all night, not only with the baby, but walking the fucking halls waiting for your ass to come in this door.
Well, she was getting laid.
And you're out.
You know something? I wouldn't believe this unless it was some shithole in Pennsylvania that they were coming from.
The fact that it's Hazleton.
I know. It's totally... I believe this could happen there.
Yeah. All right, Ashley, anything else you want to say to your mom?
No, but I want to play what's in my pants.
Oh, she's gotta go. You know what? Your bags will be at the fucking steps when you get home.
She's your mom's heartbroken.
I did not raise my child to do stuff like this.
Oh, boy.
We might live in a town where fucking people walk around and do shit that God only knows what, but I raised you better than that.
Apparently not.
Mom, would you play a game of mother-daughter, what's in my pants?
Jimmy.
Not a bad idea.
Why not?
All right,
She's
well...
upset.
Well, it looks like you guys got some things to work out there, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Hey, I'll come home and we'll talk.
Oh, yeah. Come home. Yeah, we'll talk.
How many times did you guys have sex last night, Ashley?
4?
Yeah, we're going to talk.
4?
About 4?
About 4 times. Not bad. Not bad for the old guy.
Did he rub his helmet on your brown eye?
Did he try anything, like, freaky?
No.
Like the whole situation isn't freaky enough.
Yeah.
No, he was nice about it.
Yeah, he was a real gentleman.
And does he like you?
I think.
All right. Janice, you all right?
Yeah.
Oh, boy. She's just reflecting, looking at her other children, thinking, you know, who's next?
Yeah. You're not necessarily going to fail with the other ones, too.
Don't cry.
What?
I don't want
Don't cry. You just basically told me that everything that we've been living and everything, I thought we could trust these people, and apparently we can't. I've known them for that long, and this is the way they're going to be.
Yeah, it's one of those things, you know, I'm sure she's upset. She can't get the image out of her head of this guy just on top of her little girl, you know, pounding away. And that's an image that'll probably stick with her for quite a while. Both of them just naked.
Yeah, and your descriptions are so helpful. Get that image out
Sorry,
of my
I
head.
was just trying to convey that, you know, it's probably very upsetting to you.
All the trust, the holidays spent together.
Her little
holidays.
teenage body, just wanting and wanting.
And a couple of years ago, you remember her like, you know, the little girl.
All right.
And now all of a sudden she's a young woman, and this guy that you've entrusted is just ravaging her in a hotel room.
Yeah, just fouling your daughter over and over again.
Now you're running back through your mind, thinking of all the times he was over that you might have thought he was looking at her a little weird.
Oh.
When she was 13, maybe?
Yeah, now I'm worried that he's looking at my other children.
Well, then dress him better.
Oh.
All right, Ashley, any final thoughts there?
No, I'll be home and we could talk about it then.
Yeah, you need to come home so we can talk about it. Yeah, and you need to come home, like, soon, okay?
Yeah.
Mommy's not mad at you. Not at all.
Oh, boy.
Ashley, where are you now?
I'm at the hotel.
Which hotel? The one right down the street? Or by the mall?
The one by the mall.
The one by the mall. Okay, why don't you just wait there and I'll come get you.
Oh, boy.
Ashley, are you attractive?
She's a beautiful girl.
Does she have email?
Oh.
Jimmy.
All right, Ashley. Janice, thank you.
Oh.
I didn't know this was going to happen today. Ashley said she just wanted to tell you something on the show today.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was going to be this.
But we told you there was a prize attached, and you actually win Dr. Spock's book on how to be a better parent.
Yeah, I should have used it 19 years ago. Right across her ass.
Either that or a hanger.
Yeah. Or how to choose better Frit.
You just got...
Are you going to come pick me up or what?
Yeah, I'm coming to get you.
All right.
All right, we're going to need an update on this story, so why don't you guys call us tomorrow or Thursday or something, all right?
Oh, you want...
And she can breathe
Put
again.
Ashley on hold because Eric wants her number.
We're going to put Ashley on hold, and Janice, we're going to put you on hold, all right?
Okay.
We're putting you both on hold.
All right,
Okay.
Shut up. All right, thanks, Janice.
Oh, you're welcome.
And there they go.
Oh, that was good.
Interesting.
I mean, I don't know what to make of that story.
Oh, God, Jimmy.
Jimmy.
I have a full rod.
He is all like... How does he get a rod from that one?
Janice?
Just hearing Mommy's tears.
Janice.
Yes?
Jim has a full rod after listening to this story.
I'm not some 38-year-old creep, though.
He's 35.
36.
Yeah.
36.
36-year-old creep.
And he was very turned on by your daughter's story.
How are you gonna confront this guy?
I don't even know. I say just tell his fucking wife and let her freaking deal with him.
All right, why don't we
Hey,
call
do
the
you have
wife?
her number?
You want to call
I
the wife?
would never do that to Lisa. I'd never do anything like that.
Why don't you call
Over
Fred?
there.
You don't have to do it to Lisa. Why don't you call Fred?
Oh, that's a good
He's
one.
at work right now.
Exactly.
Yeah, that'd be great. Let's confront Fred at work.
Why not? The way he used your trust just to get your little, all right, meet me down the street of the hotel. All right, take care, parents. Meet me down the street of the hotel.
You know what he must have been thinking when he saw that 18-year-old ass?
Yeah.
A 19-year-old ass for the
Yeah,
first time.
Newly turned 19-year-old.
Just turned 19.
Phone rings once for the signal. She meets him outside by the sycamore tree.
Daddy, can I give you a Hummer? Daddy, I love when you touch my bad place. Daddy, show me your monkey. Show me your monkey. Daddy, I'm gonna sit in my mouth. Daddy, what's that in the popcorn bucket? Daddy, my poopy hurts. Daddy, my poopy hurts. Anthony, do I look as young as your girlfriend?
The Opie and Anthony Show. XM202.
The Opie and Anthony Show.
I forgot how good that was. Let's get right to part 2, because I can't wait.
All right, it's Ashley part 2. Opie and Anthony coming up. That's me. That's Anthony. And that's Jimmy Norton.
Lil Jimmy.
Here's Ashley part 2.
It's the worst of Opie and Anthony.
Oh, get up, come on, get down with the sickness. Get up, come on, get down with the sickness. Get up, come on, get down with the sickness. Open up, and I never mind me. Get up, come on, get down with the sickness. You mother, get up, come on, get down with the sickness. You fucker, get up, come on, get down with the sickness.
All right, we're back with the Opie and Anthony Show. Controversy has broken out on the O&A show. Ashley was on the line about 15 minutes ago claiming that she slept with her father's best friend. She wanted to tell her mom. We got the mom on the phone. And very awkward phone call to listen to. But we got to be honest, half the listeners are completely buying it, and the other half are not buying it whatsoever.
Yeah, we're divided in here, too.
Yeah, we're kind of on the fence in here.
I don't know. I love to think it's real.
Yeah.
I sure would.
Right.
But I don't know.
We still have Ashley on the line, and we're going to try to get to the bottom of this. She can't hear us right now, and we're going to make believe like, where someone from the legal department or something from XM Satellite Radio wants to get to the bottom of this, okay?
Yeah.
So why don't we get her?
Yeah. Okay. Ashley?
Yeah.
Hi, this is Chuck Schick from XM Legal.
Hey.
How you doing? We need to fill out some forms regarding your the content of your conversation on the air.
Okay.
And we absolutely need to know if it was true or false, because there could be legal ramifications for the program. So it's not for the air. We just want to know if this really did happen or not. It's fine either way.
Yeah.
So you're saying this absolutely did happen?
This happened.
Okay. And you were telling your mom for the first time?
Yeah.
Okay. Check that. Because we don't want to be sued.
No,
on this side, So if it's true, we will then write down that it is indeed true, and if not, that's fine too. But you're saying this absolutely did happen, and your confrontation with your mother was absolutely legitimate.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you very much.
Okay, thanks.
And please hold.
Janice?
Yes.
There's your confirmation. That's real.
Shameless hustle. Okay.
Lou.
Right,
Lou, Mary. Mary had sex with Lou. Mary and Lou.
The Ted Knight sounds.
Oh, Mary. Mary had sex with Lou. All the trust that we put in Lou, he slept with Mary.
Jesus.
Well, Ashley, you need to be in the lobby in 15 minutes, because I will be there for you.
Okay.
Just tell her there's a 38-year-old cock waiting for her, and I'm sure she'll be right there.
All right. Well, I'm sorry to hear that this is actually true.
I can't believe this.
You guys got some talking to do.
Some healing.
And you know what, Janice?
And if you need it, we do have Jerry Springer's number, if that'll help you
I'll
guys.
say I'm sorry to hear that it's true, but then there's a part of me that's glad it is, because I'd hate to think I got a fat boner for nothing.
All right, Janice, any
All right.
final thoughts? Because we have to move on.
Yeah.
No.
Take care of yourselves and each other.
That's right. All right?
Okay.
All right, we're going to let them be.
Wait, Janice?
Yes. Yes.
Two yeses. 2 yeses, and you hang up on her. Wow. All right.
Yeah, beat it.
The Opie and Anthony Show.
That was so good. I can't wait to get to part 3. We should just rush right into Ashley
Headlong. Headlong.
Because she's going to call to let us know what happened the next day. She said her dad beat the shit out of her lover, kicked out. It was a long whole thing.
It's kind of like a soap opera, right?
It's yes.
All right, well, here's Ashley part 3.
Ooh.
It's the worst of Opie and Anthony.
All right, you guys want an update on Ashley?
Ashley from yesterday, who told her mom.
This
that,
was the real deal. We weren't buying it,
Mhm.
but then we were able to confirm that this actually happened.
Yeah.
We had Ashley call. She's 19 years old. She's had a crush on her father's best friend for a while. I guess the father's best friend is her godfather too, right? Or something like that?
Well, I know that the best friend, the one that had sex with the daughter, his wife, because he's married,
right,
is the godmother.
Oh,
of the girl that he had sex
Yeah.
with. So I don't know if he's the
Yeah, so
godfather.
basically this guy's been coming to the
Godfather.
house since Ashley was like 2 or something. And Ashley's mom and dad are good friends with this guy and his wife.
Don Corleone, it is an honor to have sex with your daughter on the day of your daughter's wedding.
So
I like when you put that in my mouth from your grandson, Frank. Can I fuck your daughter for old time's sake?
And the dick she sucked was a masculine dick.
You can act like a whore!
What's the matter with you?
So we have an update here.
Uh-huh.
Ashley decided to tell her mom live on our show.
He was the greatest piece of ass I've ever had, and I've had him all over the world.
Wow.
And a man in my position can't afford to be made to look ridiculous.
What days did you have sex with him? Tuesday, Sunday, Friday, Wednesday, Monday.
Yeah, so she decided to tell her mom live on our show, and we had the wacky bit alert happening in our heads, but it turns out it was the real deal. So
yeah,
we were able to confirm it. But we have Ashley on the line to give us an update, and I hear it's not a good. It's not going to be a good update here. So once again, to the program we go with Ashley. Hey, Ashley. Oh, wait a minute, Ashley. Damn it.
Opie.
Hold on, Ashley.
Yeah.
Okay, you're there. Cool.
Hello.
What's going on?
They threw me out for I got the shit kicked out of them. I don't know if my mom called Lisa or not. She said she did, but Lisa's in St. Petersburg, so.
All right, let's back up.
Who's he?
So after the show, you went home,
Yeah.
and I heard that your stuff was all over the lawn.
No.
Huh?
No.
Oh, that's what Eric was saying.
Did you get thrown out?
Yeah, they threw me out.
And where are you staying?
I'm at the hotel now, but I think I'm just going to go stay with a couple of friends.
And what happened to the guy?
My dad went after him.
Oh, how did he find out?
My mom told him.
She wound up telling him.
You wrecked a friendship that probably goes back 20 years.
Well,
Who cares? He got laid.
So now what are you going to do?
The only important thing.
What are you going to do now?
probably stay with friends. I don't know.
So why would you call the show and announce this to the world?
I wanted to be a little bitch, I guess. Backfired in my face.
You wanted to be a little bitch?
Yeah.
Get back at your parents for a little something?
Yeah.
Why would you want to do that to your mom? Did your mom do something to you?
No, she's just been ragging on me lately. And
Yeah. Yeah, when they rag on you, you got to have sex with a family friend.
Exactly. Boy, you really showed her. Now you're living in a seedy hotel and with friends.
What do you look like?
I don't know. I'm good looking. I have real long brown hair, blue eyes. I'm about 5'2".
All right, the important thing. How much do you weigh?
Last time I weighed myself, I was 107.
107?
Okay, that's good.
Very nice.
So you're not a fat girl?
No.
Because I'm not saying it's wrong to ruin a family friendship, but you just got to not do it over a fat girl.
No. Have you talked to the guy?
Yeah, we were together again last night.
Oh, you were you? Is he footing the bill for the hotel?
Yeah.
Wait, so did your father find him?
Yeah.
And it beat him up a little bit?
Yeah, my dad gave him a pretty good beating.
And then you had sex with the guy again last night?
Yeah, we were, he said that he'd get me an apartment, but he pays for it. I don't know.
So did you bang him after he was all
What's going
beat
on
up?
over there? It's so sad. Oh, my nose is running.
Oh, all right.
And I'm trying to signal that I need the paper towels that are right in front of Ben, and they're like looking at everything. What do you need? You need something for the show? It's like...
Well, I just didn't know. You're looking at Ben, and Ben's turning the page, so I thought you wanted me to signal Ben.
I was really going to get him back. I tried to talk him into staying for
Wait.
longer. So I was going to blow him over the radio.
You are?
What?
You should anyway. What do you mean you were? How about...
here?
What's that?
Here.
Where is he? Having his wounds tended to?
He went to work.
You were going to blow him on the radio?
Mm-hmm.
This gets better and better every day. You know, you're
Could
right.
we get your mom on the line while you blow?
Oh my
Blow
God!
on the
That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to get my mom on the other line, and if my dad was still home, I wanted to get them both on the other line.
Why do you...
And tell them that I wanted to apologize to them, and I was going to blow them over the radio and just say, here, fuck you, and hang up.
All right, why do you hate your parents so much?
Because they rag on me all the time.
That isn't hating your parents. It's just a
Oh.
fun little prank,
Yeah.
Opie.
And what kind of ragging do they do? Go to school, don't dress like a slut, get a job,
clean your room.
Get that older man's cock out of your mouth.
What kind of ragging could they possibly do?
The normal ragging.
What?
What you guys said, they're just constantly on my back about something.
No, I have nothing. Go
Did
ahead.
Fred get beat up badly?
Huh?
Did your dad belt Fred?
My dad did out of him, yeah.
So, but would Fred go on the phone while your dad's on the other line and get a Hummer like that?
No, he won't. That's why Fred wouldn't stick around. He said he wasn't going to do it.
Oh, he's the one that put the kibosh on that whole thing.
All right, well.
You really want to get even with your parents, you come to New York and blow a comedian. That will really, I'm telling you, that will really bother them.
You know, I
Come
think
live with you, North.
she wants to live with you.
I couldn't have you live with me because I like living alone, but you could certainly spend a couple evenings.
Okay.
Yeah, you know, we got about 12 guys that work on the show. I think we could kind of just rotate you around a little bit. You know, you're ripe for a career in porn. This is perfect. This is like a perfect resume.
Yeah, you really are a porn star in the making.
I mean, what are you going to do for a living eventually? What do you want to do with your life?
Small town Pennsylvania. She's going to go to the big city and just start hobbing knob. Nice.
Wait, you got her mom on the line here?
Yeah, I have her on hold. I mean, I have her off the air so she can't hear.
Oh, okay, let's put the mom on the phone too.
Mike is saying, when was the last time? She said the last time she weighed herself, she was 107. When was that? 1982. That was a little trickery she did. She said last time I weighed myself, it was 107.
Janice.
A couple days ago.
Nah, I'm kidding.
Janice, your daughter keeps calling us every day here.
Yeah.
So what happened after the show?
Well, I called up Lisa and I told Lisa.
You did. You told the wife of the guy.
Yeah.
And how did she react?
Oh, she was furious. She's actually getting on a plane to come home today.
Why was she in St. Petersburg?
Visiting her family.
You called her in St. Petersburg?
Yeah.
You ruined her vacation? You couldn't tell her when she got back?
No, I don't think that's something you should wait on.
And what did she say?
She was furious. She was furious with me, even.
Why? What did you do?
I had the baby.
Besides raising a slut.
Yeah, she was furious with me, and she was furious with her husband, and she's coming home to deal with him, and then I think she's going after my daughter.
And I guess your daughter was in the hotel again last night, or the motel, whatever?
Whatever, I don't know where she is. I kicked her out.
Oh, you haven't talked to her since?
No.
Huh.
Now, you told your husband also?
Oh, yeah.
And what did he say?
Well, he disappeared. He came back later, and a couple hours later, he had some bloody knuckles, and he said he took care of it.
Took care of it.
Did he throw his bloody gi in a dumpster? And claimed that his dog was in a fight?
The dog.
I'm still freaked out over that story. Wow. So you haven't talked to your daughter since?
No.
What would you like to say to her?
I just can't believe that you would do something like this to me.
Yeah.
I've done my best to raise a decent family.
Where do you think you went wrong? Not enough discipline?
It must have been.
Maybe not enough guidance?
I don't know. I'm there. I stayed home every day. I let my husband go to work. I stayed home with the kids.
You know, I don't know.
You were home, but were you really there?
I don't know how to tell you this, but your daughter wanted to
oh, Jesus.
give your husband's friend a BJ live on our show today.
Oh, my God.
But she wanted you on the other line. She was going to say she was going to apologize, and then she was going to start sucking and say, fuck you.
Why is she doing this to me?
Oh.
I'm doing it. I'm doing it to myself.
Oh.
What have I done to you that you need to repay me like this?
Good question.
We wanted answered
Hanging
immediately.
on me.
Ragging on you? I'm your freaking mother. What else do you want me to do? Oh, okay, you could go ahead and do that. I don't care if you play in traffic.
Ooh, easy with that harsh criticism.
Yeah, what kind of nagging do you do?
I expect certain things done, like I don't expect to find her pile of laundry at the bottom of my steps so, that everybody falls over it. I don't expect her to let her makeup lay around all over the freaking house so that everyone picks
makeup.
I mean, it's not like I ask her to paint the house.
Yeah, just little chores you want her to do.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And I'd like her to be respectable, and I'd like her to get her work done, and I'd like to get her grades up. And but that
sounds
I'm ragging on her.
It sounds like normal mother stuff. But your daughter doesn't think it's normal, and she needs to get back at you by having sex with her father's best friend.
Wow.
So you tell her to pick up her makeup and her semen-stained clothes off the floor?
Oh. Hey, are you using birth control, Shannon? Whatever your name is. What is her name?
Ashley.
No. Ashley. I looked up in the phone line. Well, for some reason, no names are typed in on the fucking phone thing.
Because the computer's down. I told you that.
The computer's also for the phones?
Yeah.
This fucking place. Jesus Christ. I'm calling her Bill because I see your name Bill up on the screen. What do I know?
How about you use your memory?
I'm in the moment. I'm not thinking about fucking names. I'm thinking about what I'm going to talk about.
This is one of the biggest freaking stories we've had in the
And with all the whores that we have on this
weeks.
show, half of you fake fucking names. Am I supposed to remember goddamn aliases?
I want to ask a question. It's important.
I'm looking at instant feedback. Her name's Jim D. It's Hey, would you blow me on line 5. What do I know?
Oh, you fucking mother for a nickel.
We're going to play that in a minute.
Listen, you.
Yeah, you
Ashley?
rat bastard.
Ashley,
Yeah.
do you like wiffle ball?
No.
Would you be willing to come to New York?
Yeah, you want to come visit us?
Maybe.
I don't like that. How about a yes?
I'd like to get a gander at you. We'll put you up in a nice hotel. Get an older gentleman to come in and have sex with you.
Okay.
No?
All right, well, Ashley,
Yeah.
what do you want to say to your mom today?
I'm not going to stop doing it. I don't care how mad you guys get, how worse it gets. I'm not stopping.
She's loving this because she's winning. She's winning.
I think she's loving it because she's.
If I could talk him into doing it, I'm definitely going to blow him over the radio, and I don't give a shit what she says.
Wow, man. Wow, she's finally getting the attention she wanted her whole life.
This is the attention.
It's good.
And
What's Mom's name again?
Janice.
All right, Pat McGroin.
Janice.
Yes.
Are you all right?
No, I'm here. What?
Oh, boy.
Yeah. I think you're going to have to give up on this one.
A lot of people are suggesting cool songs we could be playing in the background, but no, we can't. Our computer's broken.
I thought the computer's back up.
It keeps turning on and off.
We could play Pink Floyd's Mother.
Ashley, did you guys fool around after your dad spoke with Fred?
Yeah, it was about 2 hours afterwards.
You gotta like this Fred. This guy's got some gumption.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of spunk, and it's all in her.
Did he have any injuries?
Wait, no, you know what? He nailed me real good doggy style, too.
Oh, my gosh.
Took out his aggressions his dad took out on him. He took it out on me.
I can't take this anymore.
You are so foul. I can't believe you.
Took out the aggression.
Oh my God.
Wow, that is really nasty. Was he all cut up and banged up?
Yeah.
Yeah. You made him feel better, though, right?
What did he say when he was banging doggy style?
He wasn't saying anything.
Yeah.
He was moaning with pleasure and delight.
Wow.
Wow, there's nothing to say after that, huh, Mom?
Hey, Ashley, you haven't spoken to your father, have you?
No.
No.
Where is he right now?
Daddy, no, he's not home. He went to work. He works like he has been for the past 20 years of you being alive. No.
He works to support that beautiful 19-year-old ass.
That's right.
Who his friend is violating.
So she could buy her whore clothes.
Oh.
That's where his hard-earned money's going to.
You know what? You can finish paying for school yourself. I'm not paying for that either.
You put a roof over her head.
Go ahead. Stop paying for college and see what I do. I'll be really vindictive.
You know what? I'm not paying for
Will
anything
be?
for you.
What could she
I'll
possibly
come
do?
and fuck him right in front of
What are you going to do? Give birth on the air for me? I don't care anymore. What could you more do to me?
We tried to do that bit years ago, but it didn't work out.
What else could you possibly do to me?
I'll scream right in front of the house.
People that I didn't even know knew right away who the hell we were. I went to the supermarket yesterday. Oh, my God, did people look at me.
So you're going to screw him right in front of your mom now?
Yeah, if she quits paying for college, I'm going to be an asshole.
Be an asshole. When he starts...
You might want to give up that...
back about 6 years ago when you started.
Ooh.
All right. This is getting very uncomfortable, so I don't know what to tell you, Janice.
No, I don't know.
All right.
I washed my hands of her.
Yeah.
I'm done.
All right. And Ashley, any final thoughts here?
No, I said if I could talk Fred into it, I'll call you back.
All right.
Oh, what a little slut.
Do you think Fred's wife is going to come and knock on the hotel doors? There's a whore in your hotel.
Oh, I'll bring her right to the hotel.
Whore in your building. What Lisa's going to do.
I'll bring her right to the hotel. She's so furious, I hope she rips every strand of your hair out.
No.
All right. All right. I guess there's the update everyone was asking for today. It hasn't gotten much better today, right, Aunt?
No.
All right. Well, Ashley, good luck to you.
Okay, thanks.
And Janice, I don't know what to tell you. What, Eric? I'll put him on hold.
Can you do that?
Place them on hold.
Yeah, put them on hold.
Shut up.
Can you do that, or is the
we
computer
can,
broken?
We can place them on hold. Place more gooder than.
How come there's no names up there for Anthony to look at?
I don't know. It's a mess today.
No.
All right, guys. Thank you.
Bye.
All right, there goes the mom. And Ashley, thank you.
Let's go to Patio Furniture on line 3, Opie.
All right, wow, that situation's getting worse.
Bitch.
That situation's getting worse, huh?
Yeah, it doesn't look very good over there. It's
And trust me, that's the real deal. We know for sure. So she's a little twisted that she wants to do all this on the air, but who are we to say no?
I want to meet her.
Instant feedback from Middletown: how she could actually get more vindictive and cause her parents more hurt than what she's done. She should blow a black guy on the air. That's what our listener's saying, not me. I just read it.
All right.
I do believe it's accurate, but...
The Opie and Anthony Show.
Oh, my God. Why are we giving this bitch so much time on our show?
This is Ashley, part 28.
I know.
That's coming up now.
Fucking
Jesus.
police academies have more integrity than this bit run. Call yet again.
Yeah. Ashley, part 4. This is where there's a little twist involved, I believe. A little twist, you guys.
Okay.
Ashley, part 4.
The heretic.
The worst of Opie and Anthony.
Ashley's back.
I defy the New York papers to give her the coverage you gave.
Oh, and the papers have
woman.
her as the youngest girl to ever bang her father's friend.
Ashley,
Yeah,
what's going on today?
I'm in my parents' house, and I'm up in their room on their bed, and I'm going to blow him and make him, when he's ready to come, I want him to come all over their sheets, and then we're going to leave.
Okay, hold on. The guy is there with you, Fred?
Yeah, it took me a while to convince him to do it, but because my parents, usually on Fridays, my dad doesn't work, we sat across the street and waited for them to leave. They usually go grocery shopping afterwards.
So why are you whispering if they're not in the house?
I don't know. I guess because I'm all freaked out on doing this.
See, we're not. I don't know if we're buying your story.
I know it gets bigger and bigger and worse as it goes along, and you know it's so outrageous that you know it leaves us to believe that perhaps it isn't really happening.
Let us talk to him.
Hold on.
You sure do have a cast though.
Hey.
Yeah.
Who are you?
Fred.
What?
Fred.
Fred. And you're the friend of the father.
Uh-huh.
And you've been having sex with this daughter.
Yeah.
What'd the father do when he found out?
Beat the shit out of me.
And how old are you?
38.
38, and you're banging your best friend's daughter.
Yeah.
And her father's 38?
I think he's pushing 40.
Mm-hmm. And, man, I just don't know if I buy this.
It's so outrageous that it's like, you want to believe it because it's so outrageous, but then you kind of got to think, how can this possibly really be happening?
Hey, Fred, if she gives you a Hummer, will you promise not the sheets? Will you arc one on the pillow?
I don't even know if I can get it off or not.
Oh, you don't even know you could get it up?
Get it off.
Oh, get it off. Wow, what's asked this guy?
How big is it?
What?
So you've been taking her to the hotel, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. And giving her, is she hot?
Yes, she's hot.
Yeah.
So you've been looking at her for many years?
Since she's about 16, I guess.
16?
Yeah.
Cool. And how bad did he get beat up the other day?
I got a black eye, fat lip.
What did he do? Like, how did he? All of a sudden, you don't know what's happening, and you see the father pull up?
Yeah, I didn't really think anything about it, and then he just busted in the door and started beating the shit out of me.
So he came to your house. Did he say anything?
Just shit like, what the hell you doing with my daughter and stuff like that.
And what did you say?
I just kind of crouched on the couch and tried to cover up best I could.
And took it like a man, knowing what you were going to get later on that night from his daughter, right?
Yeah.
So you like that hot piece of ass in front of you?
Oh, yeah. A whole lot better than my wife.
Oh, yeah, your wife. What happened to her?
She hasn't come home yet.
Where was she?
She's in St. Petersburg.
Man, everything adds up.
They got the story together. It's so
They all
so
have
cool.
their story together. It's
They're like a little drama
This is
club.
definitely. Anthony and I have talked about this this thing that's been going on our show for the last few days, and we're just not sure what's real and what's not
because it's so out there. It's one of those things. I mean, everyone's facts are kind of lining up. They're really prepared if it isn't.
Yes, Sexpago.
Ask him, the hotel they were talking about last time, is it the one down the street or the one near the mall?
Yeah. What hotel was it at?
Was it the one down the street or the one near the mall?
There's the one up next to the mall.
Yeah, that's right.
The one next to the mall.
Would you guys be able to come in studio someday?
I don't want to see these two.
I can't wait to see these two. They're the greatest two ever.
All
right.
Well,
so are you naked? Is she naked?
Yeah, she is, but I just got my pants down. I don't want to take my pants off or anything. I'm going to get out of here if anything happens.
So why would you be talked into this?
I'm stupid.
Well, I'll give you that.
And why is it's Ashley, right? Why is Ashley so upset with her parents that she would do this?
I don't know.
You don't know?
She never talks to you about it?
Nah, it's just same old teenage stuff. You know how they are.
Yeah.
Of course we do.
Hell yeah. Tight as a drum.
So what is Ashley doing now?
She's working on it.
She's working on your thing?
Uh-huh.
And what does she look like?
She's, I don't know, long brown hair, blue eyes, about 5'2", about 110 pounds, I guess.
Uh-huh.
Aha, caught him.
What was
she
that?
said 108.
I heard a baby in the background.
Yeah, what am I hearing in the background, sir?
Probably TV. TV's still playing.
All right, is she working you good?
Yeah.
Hey, let's get the phone to Ashley. Hey, Ashley.
Hey,
So what are you doing?
I'm blowing them.
In your parents' bedroom?
Mm-hmm.
Shit, there's your mom.
Okay. Oh, all right. See, now I'm not buying it.
There it is. They went too far.
Shit, there's your mom.
Oh, fuck!
Okay. Let's just listen.
Yeah.
Fuck off my bed. What the fuck is
Those cornballs.
That was so bad. That was so
well,
bad.
here's your mom. Then he says again, here's your mom.
There's your mom. I don't think they heard it. There's your mom.
I think we put an end to that story finally.
Mr. Faversham. If you want me to be involved with the play, it's out of the question, out of the question.
Rachel, you sucked my cock and your mom walked in.
Your mom is back.
That was awful. We wanted to believe it.
Nah, but we... Hey,
yes, Sex Bagel?
I just called the number back, the mom's phone number.
Yeah.
You just hear the phone go on, and you're like, ow, my hair, and then it hangs up again. So they're still playing the act
They're still
out.
acting.
Like, we're going to keep calling
That's
them
really
over and over
funny.
to see if this...
The beautiful thing is, though, and I'll credit myself, I didn't buy this from the first.
From the get-go. Yep.
This
it was
is
one
a
of those
bunch of
things
bunk.
that was like bunk. It was one of those things that sounded fun. You wanted to believe it. But they really, like, their little acting crew there, they had their facts lined up.
They were good.
I didn't think it was real either. It was one of those things, you know, it's kind of fun to listen to them making it up. And that was kind of funny,
well, for
too.
a while there, we weren't sure.
Yeah, it was. I was
we got to
saying,
be honest. And then we were, Ant and I were talking. We're like, I don't know, man.
I was saying there was a little element of doubt. That was the only thread holding it together. But after that, I mean, come on.
That ends it right
That
there.
ends it.
You know what really rubbed me the wrong way, and I noticed this immediately, is that these two are supposedly fighting on the phone, and yet they tolerated every idiotic thing we said.
Right.
The mother, you raised a slut.
A slut. I raised a slut, Mary.
Right now, with what they're doing, they're all clasping hands and bowing.
Oh, they would.
Thank you.
Well, now they have to call back and tell us what that was all about.
Yeah, just call back. We got the goof. Call back.
Yeah, we know you were kidding. It was fun. It was fun. They put on a nice little show.
Absolutely.
It was
It was
like
a nice
watching a mini-series.
It was a good 3-day soap
vignette,
opera.
yeah. A vignette.
And you know what? If you poll the audience, I think over 50% were buying this whole thing until today.
Yeah, that was just awful.
That was a huge discussion on a lot of the message boards.
You guys are tools. Why are we tools?
Why are we tools, stupid asses?
Ever say donkey sausage?
Why are we tools? We said just before we went to the phone call or continue with the phone call that we weren't sure we were buying it completely.
Look at this guy. Too bad Dad didn't show up.
Yeah, that would have been hot. Him and Fred could have got into it.
Damn, you think they could have at least gotten into the BJ a little more?
That even sounded fake.
Yeah.
All right.
Listener theater of the mind equals awful radio. If no one thought it was real, how did you confirm that this was a real story yesterday?
Good point. I think someone on this program did confirm it was a real story.
Someone did say they confirmed it, and it's a real story.
And I think he's got frosted hair.
Was it Sex Bagel that was confirming that this was real?
I think it was.
Well, we tried to confirm it by acting like a lawyer and stuff.
Yeah, but they weren't going to fess up to anybody.
I'll bet you they were saying, did you believe that idiot acted like a lawyer and he thinks we bought it?
Yes, for legal ramifications.
We knew you weren't a real lawyer.
Anthony didn't know any real legal terms. Look, technically, there can be jail.
Well, Sex Bagel's working on him.
Technically.
Sex Bagel, I think, is working on him right now.
Not only that, the name of the lawyer that I used was Chuck Schick, who was the lawyer in the law student in Caddyshack. That walked up, introduced you to, hey, I'd like you to meet Chuck Schick. He's going to law school.
That's zero.
Chuck Schick.
That's good.
I'll say.
Nick Cage's performance in Wind Talkers was better than that awful acting.
Yeah, that was horrendous.
Oh, it's your mom. Nothing.
Yeah, just
it's your mom.
Yeah, I know. Just perfect timing.
Ugh.
It's your mom.
No.
It's your mom.
When I give you the signal, we're gonna yell, "It's your mom."
Oh.
All right.
Oh, I got it. Let's call up and we'll say that Mom walked in.
That's been bothering me for the last few days, so I'm glad there's an ending.
But
to that.
guy, I tell you one thing. The only thing he almost tripped up what color her hair was. Blonde, brown.
Blonde brown.
Blonde brown.
She was probably shaking her hair in front of him.
No, I mean, she couldn't have been. I bet you they wrote stuff down because you think if the age is right, everything right.
The hotel location.
Everything.
All right. I think Ashley's back on the line here. She's laughing. Ashley.
Yeah.
All right, you guys got to fess up now because we're on to you.
Okay.
So
do you remember on your
Look at them, they're all little troops.
Look at this, it's a comedy.
Drama
It's a comedy troupe. It's the
we're an improv group.
It's the Upright Citizens Brigade, everybody.
Do you remember on your second show that the second week of your show on Monday, a girl from Tennessee called and played with herself with that high voltage vibrator because I had dirty dreams about you?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm Nina from Tennessee.
Oh, okay. And you actually emailed me a couple times, right?
Well, how about I drove to Hazleton so that Janice's number would register on your phone line?
Are you crazy?
No, what'd you do? Just forward it?
Yeah, we just totally wanted to mess with you guys. We were giving you a little bit of your positive women's promo.
You guys had
problem with the promo.
All right. Let's back up. So you were the one from Tennessee that played with yourself, right?
Right.
So was that for real?
Yeah, it was. That was for real.
So you had a real orgasm on our show?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So then you guys.
This is just totally because we just wanted to give you a little bit of women positive promo.
Yeah, that's positive. All right.
All right. So Ashley, how old are you?
I told you I'm 32.
You're 32 and you were acting like a teenager?
Yeah. Yeah. And how about Janice, my mother?
Is 31.
Is 31.
The mom.
Lou, I can't believe she's.
Hey, did you write stuff down?
No, I swear to God, we didn't write nothing down.
It's all improv.
Yeah, all improv, and we did it over the phone. I was calling you guys from my Tennessee number. And when you guys were calling her, it was from her Pennsylvania number.
Man.
And we were just communicating back and forth by phone, and then Fred was actually my husband that you were talking to.
Yeah, Fred ruined it.
They do true or false.
Yeah, Fred's acting stunk.
They want to try and trap you, so they don't ever give you true or false.
I got to tell you, there was a point I was believing it for a while. I think there was a point Anthony was for a little bit.
I'm always completely skeptical,
but
so there was that element of doubt the whole time, and I'm always fishing around trying to find out. I wanted to believe it.
Oh, hell yeah. And then I got to tell you, the listeners, they're being honest on the instant feedback, and it's split right down the middle, right?
It was always split 50-50.
Wow, so we love your show, and the shit that you say about women isn't bad. I mean, hell,
I know. Hey, what did you think of Anthony's lawyer impression?
I knew it was a crock of shit.
Of course you did.
Damn it.
Yeah, I played right into it.
Stupid Chuck Schick.
Yeah,
but here,
Chuck ruined the program.
I'm going to give you to Janice. She wants to talk to you for a couple minutes. I love you guys, Norton. You're a sweetheart, and I'll talk to you later.
Okay, thank you, miss.
Hello, this is Mom.
Hey, Janice, how are you?
Good, how are you?
You guys were pretty good, I got to tell you.
Were we? The
Yeah.
first 2 days, we kind of wanted to go over the top today so that everybody really knew.
Yeah, there you go.
No, you're saying it. You're saying that now because it went horribly wrong. The timing was awful.
Oh, well, we didn't, like we said, we didn't have anything planned.
But there was, 3 days of fun,
Yeah, well, we just figured, maybe you can get something you could use for a positive promo.
That was great. We enjoyed
and
that.
as far as you not having women listeners, you obviously know you do.
Well, could you guys make it up to us now and dyke out or something?
Dyke out, Opie?
Or have Ashley get banged live on the show? I think you got to make it up to us now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we'll have to do that.
All right. You know what was a little confusing for me? We played a hi, Mom, I'm in jail.
from our old CD. Oh, no, that CD never came out. That's right. And, well, it's out there, though, and thousands of people are enjoying it, thanks to file sharing and oavirus.com. But then she, Ashley called up, decided this is my opportunity, and said, I want to do one of those. And that's where I was like, well, if it was something planned, the timing, you know what I mean?
I know, yeah.
The timing was too good.
Yeah, well, we tried to make it sound a little more real, but we're not professionals, so.
You guys at least made it seem professional. That Fred, that's the worst acting I've ever heard.
I know.
Fred was horrible.
Yeah, we hated Fred.
He made Voss seem like John Gielgud.
Wow, nice. Good reference. All right, guys.
Okay, but we love you, and we're going to continue listening to you. We think you guys rock.
Thank you.
Stay away from the pranks, or people are going to start thinking we're doing fake radio.
Okay, no.
And tell Ashley she's got a bang now live on the show.
Okay, we will.
All right.
Okay. Oh.
There it is. Oh, you're going to get it.
Hey, dude, let me tell you, these chicks were real. Hey, it's Rockhole. What's going on? Me and Dave are calling these chicks again.
Yeah, all right.
That was
We
fun.
fessed up to it.
Cool.
It was fun to listen to for a little while.
Where's the promos about us celebrating the female? Nice, young, fresh vagina. Fresh vagina. Fresh vagina. Fresh vagina.
The Opie and Anthony Show.
Yes, you did a good job on that promo.
XM202. The Opie and Anthony Show.
Oh,
God. Remember when Henry Rollins called the show?
Yeah, boy, he schooled us.
He's a very interesting fellow, and I like talking to him on this program, but sometimes he just gets a bit of an attitude. He gets a bit of a toot going.
And he goes on and on.
Like he's a little too hip for the room.
He's one of these guys that he deals with a bunch of other musicians who are like, whoa, that guy, man, he really tell you, he doesn't take anything at face value. And it's like, dude, please, we talk about shit all the time. I'm not impressed with any of your observations. They're amusing, fine.
He lives a very different life than you and I. I love this next segment because...
He's gay?
Huh?
Are you saying he's gay?
No, he's saying he's not.
No.
Very different.
No, I get a big laugh. No, wow.
No, Jimmy.
That was very well timed.
That's awful.
Fine, I'll put my headphones on.
I love Jim Norton in this next segment because...
I love him always.
No, I just liked him in this segment because Henry had something to say about Richard Pryor and basically was saying that we just didn't know anything about Richard Pryor.
Yeah, he was listening to Richard Pryor since I was 8.
Someone gets schooled in this, too.
And That's right. Yeah, well, you'll hear it. Just believe me, this isn't a tease. Nothing is.
No, I really like it because you shove it right back in his face. That's what I love about this bit. So listen to that. It's the worst of Opie and Anthony.
The worst of Opie and Anthony.
And on the phone right now, we got to say hi to an old friend. We haven't talked to him in a while. It's Henry Rollins. Henry.
How you doing, man?
Henry.
What's going on today, buddy?
Not much. It's 6 in the morning where I am.
Oh, you're in L.A., obviously, no?
Yeah.
Are you at your apartment or house?
Not at the office.
Oh, because I asked that because I think I remember last time we talked to you that you don't really have a place of residence, really.
Yeah, I do. I'm just not around much.
It's kind of like a place just to put your stuff on, and as you travel the world, right?
Yeah. I mean, I try and stay out as much as possible. I just got back from Europe, and I'm heading off to Russia in about 10 days.
What are you going to do in Russia?
I'm going to go into Siberia, and I'm going to go on the Trans-Siberian Rail, which is the 6,000-mile train ride.
Why are you doing that?
I just think it would be interesting. And, might make for some interesting writing, and seeing Siberia at the coldest part of the year might be, something that might be memorable. It might be a total drag. I don't know.
How long of a trip is it?
It's a week.
Okay, a week.
And they do this regularly, or?
Yeah, that thing runs all year. Yeah. There's 3 different rail systems. There's the Trans-Siberian, Trans-Mongolian, and something else, but this is the big one, so I figured. I was in Sweden the other night, and I said, now's the time. So I researched it, called up the travel agent and who I wear out on a regular basis for these ideas, and she got on it.
That isn't one of those things where people kind of have made it almost touristy. Is it still like pretty harsh? What kind of travel I don't know,
Well, there's
accoutrements.
either 2 to a car or 4 to a car, a train car, so you just decide how many people you want to travel with. And the train lets you off, every few hours for a while to go check out a different town. And I know a girl who years ago who did it, said it was really amazing, so it got me really curious.
Well, what are you going to see in these towns?
Well, the locals and probably a lot of snow and ice.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I mean, it sounds kind of interesting, but you're going to be looking out the window seeing the exact same thing for a week straight, no?
Yeah, but so do you on your way to work.
That's true.
You got me.
Well, no, and so do I when I'm here. So, what I'm saying is that's why I like to get out and see a different, just 9 to 5. So.
It's funny. A friend of mine went to Russia one time, and we were talking about it, and he said that some places are nice, but some places have, like, real poverty. And I'm like, did you notice that? And he's like, absolutely.
Oh, yeah, no, Russia, I've been there 4 times. Russia has a lot of problems.
Yeah.
The people are fantastic, and Stalin really did it, and Stalin and communism really messed that country up. If you didn't like communism, you come out of Russia going like, yep, definitely a bad idea.
Yeah.
But why would you live in that area now that Russia's trying to, move forward into the...
Well, there's opportunity if, you have the keys to the kingdom. A lot of tough guys, a lot of criminal types made a lot of money when the wall came down, just because there's a lot of military people willing to sell pretty much anything.
Mm-hmm.
And people were buying everything from submarines to every weapon known to man. And that's a lot of weapons that we're getting hit by in Iraq are Russian-made, Kalashnikovs. When I was in Iraq a few months ago, I saw this newly captured cache of weapons that they pulled off out of Syria, I guess, or they came over the Syrian border, and it's all brand new Russian gear, like still packed in Greece.
Wow.
I know a guy he served over in Iraq. He was over in, I think in Baghdad and in Fallujah. And he came back, and I'm like, well, I mean, how was it? And he's like, it was really dangerous. And I'm like, it was? And he's like, you bet.
Yeah, I was there in May, and I was in a mortar attack at one base, which was, that's a, pretty dramatic deal.
Oh, you went over there?
Yeah, I do a trip for the USO every 3 months, and been to Afghanistan a couple of times, Kyrgyzstan a couple of times, Qatar, Abu Dhabi, Dubai, Iraq, Kuwait, Honduras, places like that.
What's your take on the whole thing?
Well, my take is our men and women in the military are the best in the world, and I'm devoted to them. I think Iraq, the president's saying one thing, but they're actually going after something else. It's not really spreading freedom as much as it's putting in a roadblock against what they think is the rising Arab unified world or something.
Is that a bad thing in your opinion?
It's a bad thing when you kind of cram democracy down someone's throat.
Right.
It's a very bad thing when 1,500 of my countrymen come back dead and thousands come back, legs gone, faces gone, and I'll be visiting some of them on February 12th at Walter Reed Army Hospital. So, in my opinion, the freedom of all of Iraq is not worth a scraped knee of an American soldier.
I gotta agree with you there.
Yeah, I agree too.
I gotta agree with you on that one.
I have a lot of problems about this conflict.
I think if they were, before we even gave them a second thought, I think if the people really wanted freedom and were rising up and making a concerted effort amongst themselves to be free and asked for the United States' assistance, I think that's a different story.
My thoughts exactly.
But I think
if
they
you
were
weren't man enough to take the guy out, then maybe you just like it that way.
There you go. And if they needed help to attain this freedom that they all dreamt about, then that's a different story. But I think the fact is they were sheep being led by a dictator with an iron fist that, perhaps they didn't really want freedom. So why should we risk American lives to give them something they don't even understand?
I'm all into freedom and democracy, and no one likes Saddam Hussein. I mean, he's a creep. But that being said, I just see all these people coming home in bags. Yeah. And that's just not worth it to me. Especially when you meet these guys. They're just, they're just people like you and me with this completely surreal job. I mean, their 9 to 5 over there, it's just not, you're not able to believe what they go through.
Nope. That's why they're so screwed up when they get back, too, having to deal with that. Forget about it.
Jay wanted to
that
ask a question.
Siberian thing like the Bipolar Express, that movie?
The Bipolar Express. Well, it'll be bipolar when I get on it, my friend.
Okay, I just had to break that up. All right.
So,
Thanks.
Henry, one other thing about Iraq, is it as crazy as they're showing it is on the news?
Yeah, I mean, as soon as the sun goes down, you just hear gunfire all night, and wherever you go, you're in an armor-plated Humvee surrounded by armed men, and nowhere's really safe. The green zone isn't safe. I mean, you're kind of up for grabs wherever you are there, and the tension is pretty grim. I mean, people are dead serious. Like when you're out moving around, there's no joking around.
Yeah.
Like when you're in a Black Hawk, you're followed by a guard Black Hawk. I mean, because these guys are getting shot at. They're getting mortared all the time. There's a lot of the improvised explosive devices are very effective. And the Kevlar vests, the ceramic plated body armor is really effective, but the arms keep coming off. That's our problem. The guts remain intact, but the arms go flying into the air. So it's a mess.
And what about the people? Are they do they feel safer? Are you seeing that or no? Or are they pretty
they
scared
wouldn't
too?
let me near anybody.
Oh,
I tell you what, though, when I was flying up from Kuwait, I was up front of the C-130 with the pilots, and they said, "See all those lights down there?" I said, "Yeah." And they said none of that was happening when we got here. So like we built all of that. There's like apparently a huge percent more electricity in Iraq than before we were there. Doesn't mean we necessarily that's our job to go turn on the lights for people, but it just shows you that when America, we're the first people you want to have help you because we get it done. And I've seen a lot of humanitarian aid in every one of these places I've been to, in Afghanistan and even in Honduras when I was there last summer.
What do you got going? What's this Shock and Awe DVD thing you got?
It comes out like any minute now. It's from last year's tour. Shot it in Seattle on show 51 of the tour, and it's just a document of last year's tour. It's just me on stage on my own, talking, telling stories about where I just been, and those shows I've been doing for about 22 years. And now, once the tour, we make a DVD now.
See, that's why he goes to these places. He gets all this info. He goes on stage and talks about it.
Yeah, it's you're more spoken word, right? Although there's definitely a lot of comedy in what you do.
Oh yeah, sure. I mean, there's a lot of funny stuff. I mean,
you don't want to commit to the comedy thing officially, or what?
What, like as a stand-up?
Yeah, why not?
And have to tell dog jokes and stupid non sequiturs, but but I like my wife though, and all that kind of corny crap.
You don't have to be a bad stand-up. You could just tell. You could be a good stand-up. Richard Pryor didn't exactly do dog jokes and bad non sequiturs. He also spoke the truth and talked about his life, and he did stand-up.
Yeah, Bill Hicks had a point of view with his comedy. Whether you agree or disagree,
and they're great. But and I've been checking out Richard Pryor when you guys were like -8 years old, but. And those guys are heroes to me. I just don't want to be in a comedy club being on the comedy circuit, and when I want to talk about homophobia or something that's serious and have some guy throw his drink at me.
Well, you don't worry about the reaction, though. You got
an ear. So that's the problem there.
If you're talking about there's definitely a risk in a comedy club, because you also have to take what it is and express it and somehow find humor in the situation. And
absolutely. I respect comics. If someone said, go do an hour at a comedy club tonight, I'd be terrified.
And I was a homophobic child, and in kindergarten I wouldn't even skip to my loo.
And how much do you make a week doing stand-up?
Not much.
Well, we have Jay London.
Working at it, because it sounds like it's working for you. I mean, if that's if you walk on stage and that's your first line, I think you're going to be eating tuna casserole for a long time.
Well,
you
actually,
still live with Mom, or are you moving out now? Are you thinking about it?
Actually, we have Jay London in studio. He was on Last Comic Standing. Very funny comic, actually. He's playing Caroline's this weekend. And then we got Jim Norton, who does the radio show with us, who's very funny.
Last Comic, was that Comedy Central?
Last Comic Standing was on
NBC.
NBC.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, so.
Yeah.
Well, you've been all over the world. Where's your favorite place to go?
Well, besides America, I like Australia.
Why Australia?
Just amazing country. People are very friendly. It's very beautiful. Food's good. The women are beautiful. It's very clean. Takes a while to get there.
Aren't they a little uptight about content?
Cool once you get off the plane.
Aren't they a little uptight about content? They seem to be a bit more uptight than Americans as far as content is concerned.
Well, there's elements of Australia that are very conservative, like here or anywhere else, but the people are pretty fun-loving as far. I've been there 26 times, and I don't know, they like the hard rock, and they come to the talking shows, and they seem to be pretty straight-up people.
Yeah. Advice to the average man: if they could only take one trip, where would you suggest they go?
Gee.
For like kind of a fun vacation. You know, I mean, not obviously not the Caribbean. You know, maybe somewhere where you would never think to go.
Get an adventure.
Yeah, maybe an adventure vacation.
Egypt is pretty cool as far as like some jaw-dropping stuff to see. You know, as far as being a tourist. Everywhere you look, it's kind of mind-blowing.
I wanted to go to Egypt, but then they were saying that it's very, very dangerous now. Ever since 2000,
well, those people were hacked up at that one tourist site. I forget where that was. I tried to go right after that, but my manager talked me out of it. But wherever you go now, like when you're at the Valley of the Kings or the Giza pyramids, there is a bunch of young men with Uzis guarding you, because that is their business is tourism. So you're very protected.
Okay.
What was the there was one spoken word thing you did I caught part of. What was the part where you were talking about something about being on like vomiting and like being like drunk and sick, puking in the toilet or something like that? It's been a while and I honestly don't remember it.
No, I've been drunk about 3 times in my life. I probably threw up when I was 17 from alcohol, but I was kind of like the 3 Michelob, I don't like it anymore kind of guy, so I don't know if I got any puking drunk.
Wasn't it? No, maybe it was you were sick there. I remember something in one of your spoken word things about being sick and being wrapped around a toilet. And
I was probably, at one point, I probably, usually about once a year, my body kind of gives out, and I just shake, rattle, and roll for about 24 hours and puke and sweat. And that was in Sweden a couple of years ago where I told a story about the article I read in the newspaper about a man who sued Starbucks because he apparently crushed his penis inside one of the men's room toilets.
Yeah.
And I think that was bundled up in the same story as hugging the toilet in Sweden, because I think in my vomitous reverie I tried to actually recreate the accident to see how he could be litigious, and I couldn't do it. I guess I'm just not that well gifted.
Yeah, the toilet seat slipped to the side and squished his nutsack between the toilet and the seat.
That's classic.
I mean, you know what? You can go online and actually find a lot of the legal paperwork on that. Some girl sent it to me. It's pretty great.
That's good reading.
Well, you know, it's interesting if you don't have a whole lot going on.
All right, let's say hi to Brad in Nashville. Brad, what's up?
How's it going, guys?
We got Henry Rollins on the phone.
Henry Rollins, you were listening to Richard Pryor when we were like -8 years old? How cool are you?
That Nigger's Crazy. Like, my mom gave it to me when I was like 8 or something, and my mom was pretty progressive. And I remember I went to go see that performance film. That was basically, where that album came from. And I remember walking out of there.
Which one came from That Nigger's Crazy?
A lot of that stuff. Just a lot of the stuff from that Live at Sunset Strip. Just like that all that classic stuff where, All-American Nigger, That Nigger's Crazy, a lot of
Bicentennial Nigger, you mean?
Huh?
Bicentennial Nigger.
Bicentennial
Not
Nigger.
All-American Nigger, yeah. No, I know you're saying the Live in Concert, which was filmed in Long Beach, 1979, was taken from Wanted, which was, That Nigger's Crazy was kind of 1971 in the Improv in New York City. He filmed something called Richard Pryor Live and Smoking. A lot of that material eventually made its way onto That Nigger's Crazy. But it actually, not the reverse was true. The CD, the tape came out years after it was actually filmed. But it came out better. It was actually better once it was on tape than it was in the original film, which bombed. It wasn't released until 81 by Blum Productions because Pryor was already a star by then.
Yeah. Well, I saw it in D.C. when I was in high school.
Henry, you know what just went on, right?
Huh?
You know what just went on. I think you like Jim Norton is probably the biggest Richard Pryor fan ever. And when you said that you were listening to Richard Pryor albums when we were -8 years old, I think it really got to him.
Oh, really? Did I insult the guy?
No, not at all. I felt it was a bit pretentious, but no, it wasn't insulting.
No, I'm just saying I'm down with comics, respect comics, Lenny Bruce, I was listening to the records before I even understood what the hell he was talking about, and then I got older and I kind of started getting to it. But all that stuff, Bill Cosby, Richard Pryor, George Carlin, these guys were huge to me. So I'm not, what I'm trying to say is I'm not in any way disrespecting comics or comedy just because I don't go and do a thing at the comedy club. It's these guys. You know, Lenny Bruce died for a lot of our, our constitutional rights, in my opinion. Yeah. And Bill Hicks was of the strength where his such an early death seems to me, it almost smacks of conspiracy. He was that effective to me, where you can almost buy the conspiracy idea that someone just wanted to shut him up for good. So all I was saying is I respect these guys. If I rubbed you the wrong way, man, I'm really, well, I guess I rubbed you the wrong way.
No, it was only when I mentioned comedy, I asked stand-up, and you're like, oh, should I do some, like, dog jokes? So it was kind of like, I figured that was kind of a jab at comics that I mentioned prior.
Yeah,
like,
I just,
okay.
I would hate to be put in that box where, like, 1, 2, 3, make them laugh. Like, one time I had to do, like, a 5-minute thing on, like, I don't know, Penn and Teller. They said, go out there and do 5 minutes. I don't know what you're talking. I was terrified. I said, can I do an hour? Can I just be myself? And they went, no, come on, it's a show. Go out there. And, those guys can do it. I did it, but it felt like I was a dog wearing a hat at a party. I just felt really canned and, kind of put up there.
I really like the spoken word thing. I got a lot of your stuff, and I enjoy it.
Definitely. I mean, I just would rather not have the pressure of, 7 seconds, bang, 7 seconds, bang. I'd rather, because a lot of stories I tell, they're not funny. I'm
a big fan of storytelling in general. Like when Richard Pryor used to tell his stories, and Jim Brewer, he's been on our show a lot. I like his storytelling.
I
like
about Richard Pryor, Opie.
Huh?
What do you know about Pryor? Shut up.
Well, back in 19. No, I'm just a fan of the storytelling comics. Where it's
Yeah, the anecdotal stuff to me was always the best. Like all those old Warner Brothers records of Bill Cosby, like Revenge and all those. I got from my stepbrother. He gave them to me when I was like 6 or 7, and I thought Bill Cosby just made kids records. I thought they were just for like an afternoon special thing. And like that Revenge album. I think I had a freaking seizure when I first heard that.
Yeah.
It was like the funniest thing I'd ever heard in my life.
Cosby is a great comedian. Like I'm not a fan of his, but I do respect him as a comic, and I acknowledge how great he is. My only problem with Cosby is when you take, like you mentioned, Lenny or Pryor or Carlin. These guys express opinions and kind of speak through their work, and it kind of bugs me that Cosby doesn't do that.
Safe. He did clean humor that could be on Carson or could be in at a bar mitzvah. But he had great mic technique, the way he would overload the diaphragm to make the voices go low. And but then you hear what Lenny Bruce is doing at the same, like when he was, towards the end of his life. And it's just, take the paint right off your car. The truth this guy's dropping, like all the, the recording Zappa made at Berkeley is just insane, all the Phil Spector stuff. I just got that box set that Wilner put together. I haven't had a chance to hear it yet.
My problem with Cosby is, like, it's like now he comes out and says all this stuff, like, about the black community, which is fine, but it's like now he comes out and he goes, well, I just want to say this. It's like, well, that's your job as a comedian for the last 35 years. You should have been saying it on stage as a comic. Why would you do one type of an act, which is supposed to be truthful and based on your perceptions, and yet now this is the way you really, you know what I mean? That's what kind of bugs me, is the inconsistency.
Yeah, well, I find him really uninteresting. I mean, he's became, like, to me, just a kind of a grouch.
Yeah.
To where I think his positions are just like kind of curmudgeonly and not moving. And other comics around him were taking chances. Like when he was doing all that early stuff, like, to Russell, my brother whom I slept with and all that stuff. To me, that's really safe comedy. Then you see Carlin just ripping out of the box with, Class Clown, AM, FM, Occupation Fool.
Yeah.
We're like, whoa. That was heavy stuff. I had those records like in 3rd and 4th grade, and I memorized them at one point.
Do you like I'm a big Carlin fan. Like, a lot of people disagree with me on this one. I happen to love progressively what he's done more and more. He's kind of lost his mind in the last 10 years, but I love that.
Man. I can dig it.
Do you like him better in the 70s or now?
The one tour he did, that You're All Infected, the one right after his wife died, he was in a lot of pain, and that material is just... he was just like eviscerating the audience. It was kind of hard to get through because you can tell the guy is, dealing with his wife while he's on stage. Yeah. But I really like the fact that he's so furious. I met him a while ago. He was really cool to me, and it meant a lot just because, I remember him from laughing.
Henry, we don't get excited too many times in this show, but we had George Carlin on the air. We were out of our minds that day. It was
He's a classic. I asked him that story. I said, is it true that you were arrested with Lenny Bruce that night, when they were just hassling Lenny and just busting everyone at his shows for whatever they could to make going to see Lenny Bruce kind of not the thing to do? And he said, yeah. And I said, is that how you met? And he said, no, that Lenny hung out with all the young comics, and he would let you do your routines in front of him, and he would give you tips. So he said Bruce was really generous with his time with all the young guys. But he said he was indeed cuffed with Lenny. Like in that book, Ladies and Gentlemen, Lenny Bruce, they talk about it. And I met him in MTV a few years ago, and I said, I have to know. And he said, yeah, that happened.
Wow,
so
not many people know that.
That's not a myth. What a night of your life, to be cuffed with Lenny Bruce, forget it.
Henry, Andrew Dice Clay, genius?
I I'd never heard him before. And then Rick Rubin, who put out all those records, said, you've never heard Clay? I went, no. And he gave me all his records, like in one chunk.
Yeah.
And I kind of just powered through all of them in a weekend. And what's that, The Day the Laughter Died? Is that the...
That's my favorite one, yeah. That's Rick Rubin, I think, produced
Why
that.
does everyone talk about this CD? Norton has been trying to get me to listen to this for a long time.
Oh, I think that album is amazing.
Yeah, it's his best one.
Why is it amazing, in your opinion?
Because he's so brutal, and you hear him go in and out of character. He actually, apparently he's a really nice guy, and it's an act. And so every once in a while he'll say something so crass, you can hear his voice change as he laughs at Andrew Dice Clay.
Yeah, what's the background of that album again? It was at Dangerfields here in New York.
What happened was I think he was like the biggest comic on the planet at that point. He wanted to just walk into a place unannounced. He walked into Dangerfields right around Christmas time and did like 3 or 4 hours, 2 nights in a row, completely unannounced, and horrified the audience with no prepared material.
And no one was there either, right?
And
30
people were leaving.
Oh, yeah.
And some lady goes to the ladies' room. He starts talking about her. She comes back. Everyone's... Oh, man, and you hear people like, this is horrible. He's like, yay. He just tells them where to go.
The guy stands up, you stink. That's my favorite moment on the thing. This guy goes, you stink. You're as funny as a bottle of milk. And him and his wife walk out. That's my favorite comedy moment ever.
It's rough stuff, but I don't know. It's kind of the job of comedy in a way. I mean, that's my favorite record of all of them. But I think I've never really seen the guy perform. I saw one HBO special like a couple of years ago when he was talking about his kids, and he wouldn't light the cigarette when he was on stage because he doesn't smoke anymore, and it seemed a little restrained. But I don't know. I thought the records were fun.
Yeah.
We'll put it this way: anyone who gets offended by it, you're not really getting what the guy's putting out. I don't think he's trying to offend you. After I heard the records, I'm like, people are like up in arms about this. Come on.
Yeah.
Hey, did you one question? Did you work? I'm a big Ozzy freak, man. Did you write stuff with Ozzy or collaborate with Ozzy?
No, just did some shows with him. I've interviewed him a bunch of times. I don't know, hung out with him a lot. And he's an incredibly wonderful guy. He's like completely honest. He's a good man. I've known him, 10 or 11 years or so, and he's just a cool dude who, he loves to perform. That's why he doesn't retire, because he goes home and he just wants to go back out and play again.
Yeah. All right, let me go to Eric in Kansas, and then we'll wrap this up. Eric, go ahead.
Hey, Henry.
Yes, sir.
I wanted to thank you for for all the great music that you've put out and the great advice that you gave on one of your CDs where you said hold on to your depression because it keeps you grounded and you're more clear-headed when you're depressed. I just wanted to say that you're just totally awesome.
Well, thanks. Yeah, it's...
what do you mean, hold on to your depression?
Well, basically, I would hope that you don't walk around depressed all the time, of course, but so many, unless it's a chronic condition like we have to medicate or jump off a bridge, there's a lot of things to be explored in depression where you get driven to such a point where there's no faking it and there's a lot of reality to be checked where most people pull back. It's the door you can walk in. If it leads to self-destruction, of course, that's no good. But days I wake up depressed, I don't recoil. I just kind of go, okay, let's see how this feels. And I kind of walked through it for a while. Actually learned a lot about myself and things like that. It's like if you're working out and you got like 2 more reps in you, but you do 5, it's those last 3 where you learn, that's the workout.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not saying
you
go out and get depressed, but there's things to be learned when you're that messed up.
And you should understand it a little bit too, because it's.
I would rather deal with it than go get drunk.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not, if someone's so depressed they're going to die, maybe they need to see a doctor. But
no, man, when I get depressed or down, I just kind of ride it out, and I understand it.
And also, there's a lot of humor in there as well.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I mean, there's, and all your great comics are, a lot of them are basket cases, because it's those vicissitudes that make that where you get the funny stuff from the extreme edges, I think.
Yeah, all right.
My girlfriend bought me a down jacket because she said it fit my personality.
That's Jay London.
Yeah,
Henry.
right.
He's on the other side of the spectrum from what you do, and Jay London. And people enjoy him too, though, and there's a place for him in this world as well. And all right, very good, Jay. Thank you, Henry.
Yes, sir.
It's always a pleasure. So, Shock and Awe, the DVD is going to be released February 15th.
Something like that, yeah.
And also, you do the Henry's Film Corner, right?
Yeah, it's a show I have on the Independent Film Channel.
Do you just show your favorite films or something? Or?
Well, we talk about. I bring in cool guests. We're gonna this month on the show is Daryl Hannah. And I find her interesting just because she made the leap from big screen to independent screen, and she's actually doing really cool, really edgy stuff, like with people like John Sayles.
And she also knows how to take a punch.
Yeah, I guess she still has some glove marks from where Jackson Brown was just warming up in the bullpen.
My God.
But do you think, like, I like Daryl Hannah, but do you think going from big screen to independent is a leap, or it's more like a tumble? It's not like an upward mobility thing.
Well, I asked her, I said, you were such the face, like in the 80s with Splash and all this stuff.
Wall
and
Street.
She said, yeah, and it was like
Wall
really
Street,
nice.
right?
There was like big paydays. But she said, you didn't get any acting done. And I said, okay. And she says, now I get to act. And I think it's a somewhat luxurious position, or you have a few million in the bank to be able to go make relatively way less money in the independent world. But that being said, she's rocking the Tarantino thing, this Silver City, the John Sayles film she was just in. John Sayles is, actors, break their legs trying to get in his movies. He's a really, high fiber, high calorie guy, and she's great in Silver City. She's like really edgy and completely nails it. And so I just think it's interesting that she's prospering in the independent world, and she's happier because she's getting to act. And so she struck me as a really cool person. I didn't know what to expect, and she was really cool, good interview. But that's kind of where the show is at. We interview people. We talk about kind of edgy and independent films, documentaries, and we leave the big Jennifer Lopez films for like the big stations to talk about.
I don't know. That Jersey Girl, though, with Jennifer Lopez and Affleck, I think that was a really good one, though, because I didn't know what was going to happen at the end.
Henry, we're going to let you go.
Okay.
We would love to maybe get you on the phone after the Siberia trip, man, because I'm sure you'll have a story or two to tell.
Yeah, I sat in the restaurant car with a man I couldn't understand, and I saw a lot of snow. The end. I don't know.
Yeah, right. Well,
I'm a very able masturbator, and I'm going to work on refining my technique on this Trans-Siberian journey.
Nice. Good luck to you, my friend.
Thank you.
It's Henry Rollins, everyone. Thanks, Henry.
See you guys.
Bye.
There he goes, Henry Rollins.
You could tell from the instant feedback, a lot of people are very, very protective of our little Jimmy.
No, that's why
they lashed out and did not come back with any liking for.
I knew Jimmy could hold his own though when he went into the whole Richard Pryor thing. That was awesome.
Well, I didn't.
Was all that the real dates and everything?
Of course it was.
Oh
like Rain Man.
That was Rain Man-esque. You're right.
And again, it was my only issue there was not again about Pryor or whatever, but just when I mentioned stand up. It was kind of and again, he explained himself. It was just kind of a weird attitude I took. Like, I'm going to do dog jokes, almost like that's what stand-ups do.
Right.
Well, wait a minute, man. Come on.
Yeah. Like, well, you don't have to be a bad stand-up.
Well,
yeah. But I mean, whatever.
It led to a good conversation there about comedy. I didn't mind that at all.
Someone wrote an instant feedback that said, Henry Rollins was playing Pryor records while you were banging cheerleaders. A bunch of comedians.
Jay London?
Yeah,
anything?
I've just had a great time here. I'm more of in a catatonic state, but I think that's just where I should be right
I don't
now.
think Henry appreciated your brand of humor. Guy was
no.
detecting a little, he said, you open up with jokes like the one that you told, and you'll be eating tuna casserole at your
Well,
mother's
it wasn't
house.
a tuna, it was a casserole.
A casserole?
It wasn't even a tuna casserole, which is a lot better than
Maybe where
a
Henry's
casserole.
from, casserole's a very fancy dish, and maybe that's a compliment.
Shepherd's pie.
Yes.
In a starchy world, mired in imperfection.
What the hell is that?
It's a bagel, but for some reason at this place, they put it like on the grill.
One man
It's all about me.
will challenge the status quo,
They don't have a toaster? That annoys me.
navigating treacherous terrain,
There's crap all over it. Like I'm seeing grease,
confronting the unknown.
and there's something green on it, which could be a pepper or a booger. It's
awful.
With a platoon of interns
You sheep.
and military precision,
Go, go, go! Fix it!
the world will witness a revolution.
Bagel Diva.
Coming soon
Come on.
to a bakery near you.
Are you kidding?
XM 202. The Opie and Anthony Show.
Club Soda Kenny? We're replaying Club Soda Kenny while we're on vacation? Ugh.
We don't like Kenny when it's first time live.
Okay. When Club
On
Soda
the air.
Kenny's in studio, we can't wait to turn his mic off and say, okay, the end of that dumb segment.
Kenny's great for what he does on the road and everything, but live here in the studio,
Oh, did Pat interview him? I wasn't here that day.
Yeah, Pat from CringeHumor.net.
Pat, this is something we got to do with Pat from Cringe Humor. His fucking interviews blow. We got to get him to interview people. He's just a fucking nervous Nelly.
Well, that's what we do here. Club Soda Kenny is interviewed by Pat from CringeHumor.net. And then CringeHumor.net, I like the website, but Pat, he then ran onto his board and said that we kind of threw him under the bus and that I set him up to fail. It's like, what are you talking
stop it.
about? Everyone knows you're a really, really, really bad interviewer. And
Well,
then
he
you go
said-
on your website and get all cocky about it.
Well, did he say it like in a funny way or
No, not
How
at
did he
all.
say it?
Not at all. It was something I wanted to bring up on the show a long, long
Oh.
time ago. Had a whole thread basically about how I threw him under the bus and the show threw him under the bus. We set him up to fail. It's like, no, dude, you're just awful to begin with when you're interviewing people. You run a great website. I like it a lot. I go there a lot. But to try to claim it was something that it wasn't.
But that's part of the goof. To me, it's like, but I mean, that's what's funny about it. It's like you're an awful. The reason that they sent me or you guys sent me to interview Sabbath was because I'm a fan and I wasn't going to do it right. That's part of the beauty of what it is.
Right.
You understand when you're awful at something, you go with it.
Right. Well, listen for yourself. Club Soda Kenny is interviewed by Pat from CringeHumor.net.
Putting my shades on.
Ooh.
I wish somebody would disrespect me.
You're cool.
Give a fuck? I was in the Lords. I'll kick all your dicks with my face.
It's the world of Opie and Anthony.
Why don't we get Pat from CringeHumor.net? We're trying to get through a bunch of things here. We also have PJ in studio.
Kenny, big girls give good head. I wouldn't get that upset.
I'm a married man, sir. I don't know what you're referring to.
Huh? Oh.
It's so appealing. Oh, what? Sorry.
I think Ann wants to just go home at this point.
Not a phone. No, I was just it was like stuck in my head. Just popped out.
I have no idea what you're talking about. PJ, do you have anything?
I
You
don't
have no
know.
idea,
I'm
right?
still. I always nice to fat girls because I know they give good head.
Ping, 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 banana phone.
Yeah.
Yes.
Not a phony.
Hey, Pat.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Ring, 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 banana phone. Ring, 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 banana phone.
All right, sorry.
Oh,
Isn't comedy all about timing? PJ, you would know that, right?
Yeah, I think,
That was
your
horrendous.
time on calling that girl fat. I was like, whoa.
Oh, Kenny.
All right, Kenny. Yeah, that was very
That was
awful.
just
It was
unbelievable.
just rude, Kenny.
All right,
I ran out of things to say.
Do you have another joke?
That's funny. I ran out of things to say, so he blurted that one out.
You're huge.
Do you have another joke for us?
Nah, let Patrick do his thing here.
Yeah, Patrick's here from CringeHumor.net.
Yes, I'm here to.
It's a great website.
It's my awful interview skills for Club Soda.
Yeah,
Kenny
you've been
and
really
other
taking a
listeners.
beating. Opie says your interview
I'm not
skills
the only one.
stink.
I'm not even going to defend myself. It was fucking horrible.
Have
that
you
night.
listened to his interview skills? Well, I have. They stink.
It's terrible. I completely choked that night in front of Opie. And
You
his
did?
Beautiful blonde hair. Yes. Couldn't
How what he was interviewing you?
Yeah, for some
And Bob
Iraq thing.
Kelly?
It was
Yeah,
some
we were
thing
filming,
they were sending to the troops.
Yeah, we filmed the show at the Comedy Cellar for the troops in Iraq. So
Right.
I hope he stopped by. We're going to do like man on the street interviews.
Cool.
He's just busted my balls and made me choke up bad.
What was he doing that was really bad?
Well, He just giving me one-word
Stuttering
answers.
and no, your technique was awful.
Yeah, I
Even
know.
Bob Kelly said it.
Well, that's
Are you this important that you need a camera guy with you?
it's for the website. It's my black photographer, Lamont.
Oh,
Yeah,
that was
got a black
uncalled for.
photographer.
He knows he's black. You don't have to point
Yeah,
out to
actually,
him.
the whitest black man there is. He has a
What do you
job.
call a black
He's got a
photo-
job.
They stepped on it, Anthony.
Now
I
you
had
don't
another
say it.
joke.
Now look at what you do. Now you don't
Look at
say
that.
it.
I had a really good joke, and now I can't tell it because
You
comedy's all about timing.
You
and
want to
stepped
hear?
on me.
You want to hear
I
a
love
really inappropriate joke that was just presented to me from your producers?
Yeah.
What do you say when you see your TV floating around your room in the dead of night? Drop it, nigger.
Jesus Christ. Dude, man.
I'm telling you, this is a list of jokes I was given by
Man.
your producers.
I don't even hear those jokes in the red states.
Are you insane?
You're not that stupid, are you?
Are you crazy?
It was topical. We were talking about a black
Do
man.
you know you're trying to endear yourself to the brass down there in Washington, and you blurt out a joke that can't even be taken any other way but insanely racist?
All right, maybe I can redeem myself with this
No,
one.
no.
What do you think? What do you think? You're hanging out with Dice still?
No.
We'll take the joke page away from him, please.
Oh my God!
I smell a tsunami coming. Let's calm down.
You're fired.
And why didn't the colored gentleman punch
He's taking pictures. He's taking pictures.
He's enjoying the joke so much he's taking pictures as you're telling it.
That's so he could give it to his peeps so they could bust Kenny's head open
Yeah.
when they see him.
It's over.
That's
So
cringe
big.
humor.
You wait. There's going to be a bunch of fat black guys chasing you down the street.
All right, well, so we got Patrick from cringehumor.net, and he wants to interview Kenny for the
What
website.
is your problem, you insensitive asshole?
Yeah, let me do my little gay intro here. This is Patrick from cringehumor.net with the legend in the world of comedy, the
Oh.
star of HBO's Inside the NFL, the fourth member of the O&A show, and a runner-up for Breakthrough Performer in the 2004 Cringe Humor Awards, Mr. Club Soda Kenny. How you doing this morning, sir?
See how bad this is?
I told you.
He gets
I'm
that
reading it verbatim.
He gets
What?
that nervous
Yeah.
cracking
Why-
thing going.
Why would you ask me that question?
What, how are you doing this morning, sir?
Yeah.
Just a little icebreaker.
All right, next question.
All right, let's start off with a question that most people have on their mind.
He has a problem with how you do. What a tool.
People want to know if you're a helmet head or an anteater.
That's your question?
That's
all right.
That was fascinating. Let's
That was.
talk about you.
Thank you.
Helmet head or anteater? It's a little take on your manhood down there. Is it clipped or unclipped? Is it?
No, because that's what I asked all the girls at the porn
Right,
award.
right,
It was a little
right.
callback.
See,
Yeah.
he's trying to
Yeah.
hone in on
Trying to be cute.
I got you.
Do you have an
All right.
answer?
Yeah, like everybody. Next.
All right. Is it true that you're one of New Jersey's finest?
No.
What is your background in martial arts?
Why don't you ask me, like, nice questions?
This is...
This is why
Okay.
I wanted to do this. This is so bad.
All right.
Yeah, like, why don't you ask me, how old are you?
What's your favorite color?
Green.
All right. Many people first fell in love with you when you were Andrew Dice Clay's right-hand man. How did you come to work with Dice?
I was very lucky.
How did you meet him and strike up a relationship?
Come on, talk about something interesting. Let's go.
We're talking about you. This is what I was brought down for.
Yeah, so ask me questions like, did you go to college?
Did you go to college?
I have a PhD. A pretty hard dick.
What, am I setting up your awful hack material here?
Man. Man. Can I ask some of your questions? Because this is fucking horrible, man. You run a site that critiques comics? What do we got here? This is even you.
All right, listen.
Who are your comic influences? That's actually a decent one.
Really?
I guess. This is the best one I can read here. Regularly.
No, like a more interesting question
Pat,
would
give him one more question.
Like, ask me, like, am I married?
Are you married, sir?
I was once engaged to a girl with a fake leg, but I broke it off.
Didn't you work in a hospital at one point?
Yeah. I used to be a gynecologist, but I got fired because I got caught eating on the job.
What's the best thing about fucking a 4-year-old in the shower?
No. Well, Patrick, that went great. Patrick from CringeHumor.net.
Thank you. I represented myself well.
The Opie and Anthony Show.
You're listening to the worst of Opie and Anthony. Corey Feldman. We're rerunning the Corey Feldman thing.
Appropriate. I think you play the crap during vacation, and people really appreciate when you come
But-
back.
But we call it worst of Opie and Anthony. It's kind of like the worst of Opie and Anthony. Get it?
not
Because everyone else
supposed to be.
calls it the best of.
Yeah.
So we call it worst of. But in this case, it's truly our worst material.
Sit back, listen to this, and how bad it really is.
It's Corey Feldman. I don't know. He thinks Michael Jackson might have been inappropriate with him when he was a kid, and we kind of discussed it and play some audio. And
This should be the hottest of Opie and Anthony, if that's what he's talking about.
It's just the worst.
I liked him right after Stand By Me. Corey sure was something back then. Before he got fat. I didn't have the headphones on. What happened?
That was it.
Oh.
It's the worst of Opie and Anthony.
Anthony, what's going on with Corey Feldman?
I guess he's now saying that maybe something inappropriate did happen with Michael Jackson.
I guess he's been subpoenaed or something by the grand jury here, or the or the actual, what is it? Are we past the grand jury now?
Yeah.
So he's going to testify in the Michael Jackson case?
Yep, and for years he was saying nothing happened. He had his relationship with Michael Jackson when he was a little kid, been to Neverland, hung out. Michael Jackson took him all over the place. They used to dress alike. He put the little hat and the glove on, and they danced together. And everything was fine and dandy. But now he's saying, now that I think about it, inappropriate behavior is inappropriate behavior. I think you remember it. I think you remember certain things. If it's just Michael Jackson taking you around Neverland, putting you on rides and things, that's one thing. But anything other than that, like maybe magazines.
You either sat on a dick or you didn't.
There you go.
It's pretty easy to figure out. But
Did you sit on a dick?
11, 12 years later, he's now thinking, well, you know what? Now I'm thinking that there were some suspicious things that were going on.
Yeah. Oh,
I
he
think
just wants a little FaceTime,
and there he's getting it as we speak.
ABC News.
You know, I mean, this guy is attention starved. He did the surreal life thing and then faded back into obscurity.
Yep.
So now he's getting FaceTime and he doesn't really have anything, really. He has no real details.
No.
Just stupid crap.
Things that might have been inappropriate. And things that I think were inappropriate. I think so. If you're Michael Jackson and your whole game here is the fact that you're just helping children. You know, you love children so much that you're helping them out. You know, he takes terminally ill kids and brings them to Neverland. And if they're just riding on rides and everything, that's fine. But anything more than that and anything remotely sexual is inappropriate.
Let's go to the Corey Feldman audio.
More of our exclusive Corey Feldman police tapes.
Yeah.
Do the 1993 recording suggest cops were on a witch hunt to trap Michael Jackson since his first case. Jay Willis Mitchell says the tapes could show the King of Pop is the victim of a hidden agenda.
Is your belief in him and your love for him getting in the way of you telling us anything?
Everything I've told you is true, and nothing happened.
Corey Feldman in 1993, grilled by Santa Barbara Sheriff Sergeant Deborah Linden and a detective about the actor's close friendship with Michael Jackson. Sometimes the two had even dressed alike. But on the tape, obtained exclusively by CJ, Corey insists over and over the friendship was totally innocent, while the cops repeatedly expressed suspicion for more than an hour.
I'm so concerned that if something happened, you're not going to tell us because it would be so hard to tell us, or if you tried or something happened?
No.
They want to hear what they want to hear, not what the witness wants to say.
Noted Beverly Hills criminal defense attorney Jay Jaffe says the actor, who gained fame in Stand By Me and The Goonies, certainly sounds believable on the tape.
You don't know how many times I have racked my brain and gone, is there something I'm forgetting? Is there something, that I'm thinking, didn't happen, but it really did? If I could find something, I would love to be able to tell you. But nothing happened.
Jaffe says while the investigators on the tape did not break the law, Jackson's defense team could use the cops' repeated, aggressive questioning of the actor to bolster their claim that D.A. Tom Snedden's long been on a witch hunt.
I think that the defense would try to show that the investigators in this case are in fact not objective in their fact-finding process. What they have is an agenda, and they're looking for something against Michael Jackson, even in the face of a claim that nothing really existed.
Sergeant Linden, who does most of the questioning, is reportedly the same investigator who wrote the 1993 affidavit to get court approval to photograph Michael Jackson's private parts, an experience he calls
a dehumanizing and humiliating examination by the Santa Barbara County Sheriff.
The big question, will Jackson's team now try to use Corey's 93 interview in the current case?
Everybody's happy.
Now in his mid-30s, Corey recently starred on The Surreal Life and is now a family man with a wife and young child. Corey's reps confirm he has been subpoenaed by authorities to testify in Jackson's current molestation case. Reports are Corey may now say there were things in their relationship that were inappropriate and wrong. But if the judge allows Corey to take the stand, he may also allow in his 93 interview.
The defense could introduce the tape to impeach Corey Feldman when he said nothing ever happened, and he said that repeatedly.
Reports are Corey will not accuse Jackson of molestation. One anonymous source says Corey will claim Jackson showed him adult materials, including a Playboy magazine. Corey's reps say he's under the gag order and can't comment.
All right. Well, Anthony, no wonder why celebrity justice is shown in the middle of the night.
CJ, Opie. It's called CJ.
No surprise that this piece of crap TV show is on at 4 a.m. in New York City.
I know. I wake up in the middle of the night, and there it is. It's on.
What the hell did they just say?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Absolutely nothing, and it was all...
You need all the music going.
Corey Feldman.
We caught up with Corey Feldman. That woman, I can't stand that woman on that show with her affected voice.
What a waste of time.
What is he gonna say?
Is her voice affected?
What? Yeah, just a tad.
I didn't even know. I like her. I didn't even notice it.
Oh, I can't stand her.
Bing, bing, bing.
Corey Feldman isn't gonna say he was my lost kid. What? Oh, she is the worst.
How many syllables are there in say?
And scummy. New interesting twist in the Michael Jackson case. What? What are you saying?
They distract you with all the zings and zangs that they say nothing.
Then you're like, what did she just say? I said absolutely nothing. Oh.
I'm snorting like Dee Dee now.
And a 1993 affidavit.
Yuck. Just bear with me for 1 second, because now I got to hear her voice. I won't play the whole thing again, obviously.
Oh, it's so affected in Hollywood. Just has Hollywood.
Let me just hear her again.
Blonde screwed her way into this job voice.
More of our exclusive Corey Feldman police tapes. Do the 1993 recording suggest cops were on a witch hunt to trap Michael Jackson since his first case? Jade Velez Mitchell says the tapes could show the King of Pop is the victim of a hidden agenda.
The tapes could show Michael Jackson, the King of Pop. Yeah. That awful bimbo Hollywood voice.
Well, they said absolutely nothing in that piece, Anthony.
I watched Celebrity Justice a couple of times hoping to see something. You know, you're like, all right, this seems like an interesting little show, you know, it's a little insight on some of the stuff celebrities go through with court and stuff. Nothing. Every show is like that. They get to nothing. They finish it off. There's Jerry Seinfeld getting another parking ticket. Wow. Oof. Real celebrity justice there.
Yeah. Here's some.
Jerry Seinfeld in his Porsche getting another ticket. Yeah. Smack her in the head.
He could afford those tickets. He parks wherever the hell he wants.
I'm going to park in the middle of the street.
Right, he don't care.
I don't care.
They make it sound like he got caught again. No, he knows what he's doing.
He knows it like he cares. What a surprise. I was in a parking space.
He's got at least $100 million in his savings account. Guess what? He's parking wherever the hell he wants.
No, I can't afford it. I wouldn't worry about it.
You know who can't afford it is the mom from
Oh,
Seinfeld.
the poor mother from Jerry's mom.
Jerry's mom from Seinfeld is what, broke, bankrupt?
Seinfeld's TV mom files for bankruptcy. Liz Sheridan is broke. Jerry's TV mom. 75-year-old, she's 75. Veteran entertainer was Jerry's mom, Helen, on Seinfeld from 1990 through 98. 8 years on, like, the #1 show ever.
She was also on Alf.
She was on Alf?
And Alf was a huge hit for, I think, NBC back in the 80s.
In the 80s. So during the 80s and 90s, this woman had a successful career on 2 of the most popular shows ever.
She had 2,
And now she's broke. She's filed for bankruptcy to get creditors off her back and begin anew. She's a very proud, responsible woman, says somebody, but she found herself drowning in credit card bills. The actress owed 15 creditors, ranging from American Express to Victoria's Secret.
Ugh.
More than $90,000.
Secret.
Isn't Jerry a spokesman for Amex?
Yep.
Can't he get her off the hook? Let my mom go. She's broke. Sadly, among her personal property as a debtor, she has her working Seinfeld scripts totaling $1,000, rights to a book. So I guess being bankrupt, she's got to sell off a lot of this stuff.
Who gets her Victoria's Secret wear?
Wow. She has estimated assets at $50,000 and debt close to $100,000. How are you on Seinfeld for 8 years and you have $50,000 in the bank? I mean, Opie will tell you, $50,000 is nothing.
Yes.
He'll tell you again and again.
I do believe, Anthony, it's a mere bag of shells.
Oh, a drop in the bucket.
Easy come, easy go.
Easy go.
I spent $1,000 to get the clicking out of the phone.
Clicking out of the phone. Yeah, wow. So, yeah, Seinfeld's TV mom broke.
You know those Victoria's Secret panties are awful, too, the white ones. But you ever see old window shades? How they get yellow and, like, that's probably what their awful underwear looks like. Ugh, you broke old crow. Manage your money better. You're 75 already, for Christ's sake. She wants to start anew.
Start anew. Yeah, 75. Good luck.
All right, well, back to Corey Feldman. So
yeah.
The paper has a lot more info than that stupid celebrity justice show.
Seinfeld's mom broke. CJ catches up with her. We caught up with her in Victoria's Secret, buying crotchless panties for her gray patch. What did you do? Dump in your pants?
I got so excited doing the sound effects, I just nailed my shin really effing bad.
That'll hurt.
Looked like the turtle poked his head out a little.
Fuck. We're in the middle of a really funny bit, too, with their zhings and zhoogs.
You all right?
That really hurt.
You want your shin rubbed?
No. All right. Oh, man, that hurt. Okay. According to the New York Post, Anthony, former child star Corey Feldman said Michael Jackson once gave him a crash course in sex ed. This is what you're going to find out on 2020 when Corey Feldman speaks.
In 2020.
And I'm sure they'll have that reflective shot of Corey just looking into the distance.
Well, now that I think of it, we were looking through Playboy magazines together.
They'll do the VO, as they say in the business, and there will be Corey Feldman just looking off, reflecting.
Soft piano music, maybe?
Many years ago, he spent time with Michael Jackson. He tells us now about that.
That horrific day.
When he dressed up like Michael Jackson and danced.
Oof. And then had a kaleidoscope-colored cock stuck in his face.
All right, here's the deal. So, when he was a young teen, Feldman stopped by Jackson's apartment where the King of Pop showed him a book of pictures of grown men and women naked.
The King of Papa Boner.
Picture of grown men and women naked. The book was about VD.
What?
The book was about venereal diseases and sex.
Oh, so he was teaching the church.
He sat down and he explained it to me, showed me some different pictures and discussed what those meant, Feldman said. I was kind of grossed out by it. I didn't think of it as a big deal at the time.
This is a pustule from chlamydia. You could get that from doing this to your tiny little buttock. What an animal. Oh. Ooh, turn the page, and here's just the basic syphilis. This will give you little sores on your pee-pee. Let me check yours for sores. My fingers aren't very sensitive, but my mouth is.
All right. We're giving you more info than Celebrity Justice. Yes.
Did he put his pee-pee in his mouth?
Feldman, now 33, said it took years for him to conclude Jackson was behaving improperly around a teen. In light of recent evidence, I have to say that if my son was 14 years old and went to a man's apartment and I knew that they were sitting talking about this, I would probably beat his ass, he said.
Yeah, that'll teach him.
Yeah.
Beat his ass. Ow, it already hurts, Pop.
Are you about an age 14?
Would you? And then he ends with, Feldman said Jackson never molested him.
Can you help me get this PlayStation in the van?
It puts the doll in the basket. It does this when it's told.
It rubs the lotion on its skin. It does this when it's told. It rubs the lotion on its skin, or else it gets the hose. And when it's done, there's one more thing, a simple little task. It's put the fucking lotion in the basket. Put the fucking lotion in the basket. All these stupid women are the same. Helps me not to think of them as human. So I call them it instead of by their names.
Mister, please no more abuse. Can't you see there's no excuse? My family's probably wondering where I've been.
I'll starve you so your skin gets loose. Stop crying now, you big fat moose. Just put the fucking lotion on your skin. And then put the fucking lotion in the basket. Your chances for survival are remote. I'm impervious to all your silly whining, so right down before I jam a moth right down your fucking throat.
Mister, please, my mom's got money. Let me go, this isn't funny. Cops are sure to send somebody. Turn me loose, don't be a dummy.
Listen to you scream and wail. Keep it down, you fucking whale. Mind the broken fingernail. The last girl climbed halfway but failed.
She's down here, you piece of shit.
Put the fucking poodle in the basket. I'd kill you, but there's someone at the door. Don't make me go and get my gun and shoot you. It's a waste of skin. They don't sell fat girls in a fucking store. Put my fucking precious in the basket. Don't you hurt my one and only friend. You don't know what pain is, but I'll teach you. If you lay a fucking finger on my poodle's pretty head, put the fucking poodle in the basket.
The Opie and Anthony Show. XM202. The Opie and Anthony Show.
Hey, how's your news? Remember this bit, Anthony?
Oh, how could we forget? It's a bunch of retarded reporters. And they interviewed Al Franken and Rob Reiner at the Democratic National Convention. That's how I remember it. Yep. Right off the sheet I'm reading.
And didn't we did a little singing too, I think.
Yes.
Oh, this is where that song comes from?
Yes.
One
Rob
of the
Reiner.
one of the famous songs, yes. that we've played in a promo about 100 million times.
Yeah.
All right, well, we're getting ready for a brand new Opie and Anthony show. In the meantime, we got How's Your News, and we did a little something on that, so check this out right now.
It's the worst of Opie and Anthony.
Doris.
It was embarrassing.
Doris from Indiana, what's going on today?
Not much.
No?
No.
Why are you calling the show?
I want to play What's in My Pants.
Ooh.
You want to play What's in My Pants?
Yep.
You know how to play?
I think I'm pretty.
What?
I think I do.
Yeah.
All right.
It's where you take the phone and rub it on your intimate area, and we guess what kind of hairstyle you have just from the sound.
Uh-huh.
And you know that.
Uh-huh.
All right.
You want to play or what? We played this yesterday. We're trying to
did
balance
play
things out.
yesterday.
I think we should play it again. She called in.
We'll do it quick. We'll do a quick game.
What about this, though?
I know. I want to do that.
What to do?
I kind of want to play. Hey, how old a gal are you?
44.
All right, we're going to play the retard.
All right, we're going to go to the sound clips that we had. I love that bit. We got the retards doing the news clips. Oh, I just want to punch out of this show today.
Yeah, let's play the retard clips.
Yeah.
Anthony. Should we have Doris call in tomorrow? Ben, why don't you go smooth that one over? Doris.
Yeah.
Oh.
Hi.
Hi.
We might get to you, so hold on the line, all right?
All right.
44, though, huh?
Yep.
How many kids?
3.
3 kids?
Anthony, we're going to play
right,
the...
let's pop that in the DVD CD player.
And play the...
audio.
The
Yeah.
retard clip? Sure. Natural childbirth or cesarean?
2 were natural, and the last one was cesarean.
Oh, boy, look at the time, Anthony.
We might have to leave for the week.
Wow.
All right, well, how's your news? Ben, go smooth that over. We would love to talk to her tomorrow.
Yes.
Sure.
2 more years, she'll be able to call up and play What's in My Diaper.
Guess the hairstyle. Gray?
Doris?
Yes.
Jim Norton has something he wants to say to you.
Okay.
I really appreciate you calling the show, and I hope we get to you because I think it'd be fun to play the game with you.
Okay.
Do you have a bunt?
Excuse me?
A bunt.
A bunt?
A bunt.
You know what that is, a bunt cake?
You know, it's not a belly and it's not a... It's a bunt.
I try.
No, I don't have a bunt cake.
All right.
A bunt cake.
Anthony, do you have anything to say to Doris?
No, thank you for calling, and please hold on.
All right?
All right.
All right. There's Doris from Indiana.
What's in my house dress?
She wants to help the show. All right, Anthony, how's your news?
What's in my bloomers?
This is a show they did on Trio.
Yeah. This is retards doing the news.
Yeah.
They were at some camp or something, and all decided it would be kind of cool for them to get together, something for them to do. Put on a news program.
Right.
Where they would do interviews and tape it and broadcast it.
Right.
So I think it's a very brave thing to do, Opie. You know? Just because I call them, you know what I call them, Opie? Handy-capable. A lot of people say handicapped. I like saying handy-capable.
Well, here's the deal with this.
They're not letting their handicaps get in the way of them fulfilling their dreams.
And living a normal life.
Well, they were at the...
Slow down.
We got audio of them at the Democratic convention interviewing celebrities.
Yes.
And I'm sorry, man, but how could you not laugh when you listen to this? And people would call you, a jerk for laughing at this.
They would call you a jerk for laughing if they weren't calling you a jerk for the last half hour of radio.
And I don't know. It's just really funny. I'm sorry.
It is funny. And the people that they try to interview, because I guess they're trying to come across as a legitimate news outlet, but they're retarded. And the people that they interview put on that condescending, voice, oh, yeah, okay. And they know they have to be nice.
Right.
Like, if it was any schmuck with a microphone that came up to them and was trying to interview them, they would, brush them off. Nah, nothing for you today.
All right.
But they're retarded, so they have to be nice, and you could hear it in their voice.
Well, we think.
Well, this was on Trio last
Yeah.
night. We're going to run out of time.
Hey,
so
that's great.
Yeah, let's get to the clips, okay?
Mm-hmm.
This,
All right.
This is kind of the How's Your News intro. Listen to this. And I think one of them speaks to James Carville for a little bit.
Is
here.
this a girl?
Yeah.
She's like 3 feet tall, in a wheelchair. Is she in a wheelchair? No?
No. This one is her head's kind of like this, and she kind of
She's got
always
this
looks
bent
out.
neck. She's always
but
looking
she's only about 3 or 4 feet tall.
Yeah.
All right.
Excuse me, Mr. Carville.
Yes, dear.
How do you feel about a news program being hosted by people with disabilities?
A new program hosted by people with disabilities? News. That'll be great.
Well,
I think people with disabilities make an enormous contribution to this.
Well, that's exactly what we're doing here. We're shooting for a Man on the Street news documentary of our own that we're calling How's Your News?
Well, good. You know, I have...
Hello and welcome to How's Your News Convention Coverage 2004. My name is Susan Harrington, and I'm a woman with disabilities who loves her life. And I'm very excited to tell you all about this unique project we call How's Your News. All right, thank you very much.
Well, thank you for honoring me by talking to me about this. Anytime you want me on, you just let me know, sweetheart.
All right. You know, he wants to say something. That guy very opinionated.
Like that. Well, thank you for honoring me by talking to me. Yeah.
Sure, that's what you were thinking.
Sure.
That's exactly what you were thinking. Right.
And hey, let it be known that the feeling is mutual, okay?
All right, I like the attitude of this program.
How's Your News is
Gotta
a news
go.
team made up of people with various disabilities. We all met at a summer camp many years ago, and it was at this camp that we came up with the idea of making our very own version of the news.
One time at
First,
Retard
we got
Camp?
together with some counselors from the camp, and we selected a crack team of 6 outgoing reporters. Here they are. This is Bobby. Most of the time, we can't understand what he is saying, but he does understand us. And hey, he always seems to get the scoop.
We just work here.
And
We just work here. I'm sorry if you're not laughing at that.
Hilarious. If you're not laughing at that, what? You're probably a decent human being.
Yes.
All with compassion.
The guy's like, we just work here, man.
this here is Larry. Like Bobby, he understands everything which is said to him. But since he can't talk, we've made a board with 4 questions on it. And he uses the mics to point out the one he wants to ask. And this is...
What was that?
Wait a minute. Oh, God. All right, hold on. Here we go.
on it. And he uses the mics to point out the one he wants to ask.
Well, I recognize that he either asked about paramilitary operations in Iraq or he shit his pants.
This is Sean Costello. He's known for having a pretty subtle sense of humor.
Hey, Ahmed.
What? Dude, why'd you give that look? No, because this is a serious story. To turn away.
Jeremy here is 18 years old. He's got a lot of energy and curiosity. And he sure doesn't like to stay on one subject for very long.
And ask his forgiveness and stop that practice.
Do you have any favorite bands that you listen to?
And then there's Ronnie. He loves celebrities, especially celebrities from the 1970s.
BJ Honeycutt! How the hell are you? Yeah. How you doing? Good. How's Alan Alda doing?
Tonight you are very lucky because you have tuned in to our most exciting adventure to date.
That's right, Susan. Can you believe it? This crew is going to the Democrat and Republican conventions. We're certainly not your typical news team, but hey, maybe that's what this election needs, is a little sense of humor. Get ready for something completely different, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for How's Your News?
Oh, brother. Oh, brother. He's the funny one, I guess.
Ha ha ha. He's the one with retard strength. When he sees a celebrity, he runs over and he kind of like grabs them and locks them in so they can't move.
All right, let's go to the second clip. How's your news, Anthony? This is Peter Jennings, right?
Yeah.
Okay, sir.
What's your name?
My name is Susan Harrington, and I'm one of the reporters.
Mine's Peter Jennings, and I work for ABC. It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. How do you feel about being here at the convention?
I feel excited. Do you feel excited about being here?
Yeah, I think the excitement you're feeling is a two-way street.
I think if I had your voice and your charm, I'd get better ratings at night.
You fraudulent Canadian jizzbag.
He would get more ratings because it would be a complete freak show. Imagine him sitting there, Peter Jennings, looking like he does and going, "Hi, it's Peter Jennings with the news."
I'd start watching the news again every night.
Everyone would watch, so he's absolutely right. Oh, yes. You hear how he all of a sudden was like, yeah.
And what's your name?
What's your name?
Because if you don't tell me, I'll just think of you as drooling idiot. Ugh.
Bunch of corkies.
How nice to see you.
Thank you. Well, thank you very much. In the meantime, live from the floor of the Democratic Convention, this is Susan Harrington reporting live for How's Your News.
I want to know why she laughed. Did he tickle her clit with a pig's foot?
Coming up, see what Hillary Clinton says when Sean and Larry catch up with her. Oh, please don't change the dial to CBS or anything like that. Just stay tuned.
Well said.
Did I hear him say "but"?
All right, Jesus, come on. They caught up with Al Franken in this clip. Who's the retard in this clip?
You know, I didn't understand that. I'm sorry. All righty. Yeah, I'm Al Franken, and I'm covering this convention. Yeah. And how are you having a good time?
Yeah.
Who have you talked to so far? Bouillon. Maya. You know, I couldn't agree more. Yeah. It was really nice talking to you. I'm glad you're here. I think it's fabulous. Can I shake your hand?
Yeah.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
What's he saying?
Okay, have a good time.
Al Franken is so uncomfortable in that clip.
What is that?
I don't know.
I wonder what he was trying
Maybe
to say.
someone out there speaks retard. I don't
God
know.
damn, how frustrating that must be. Like, because I think the girl was saying that he can think, but he just can't talk.
Right.
So he's trying to ask him something.
It's a horrible position to be in, too, because you know the camera's right on Al Franken.
Like in his mind, it's probably like, oh, you hey, Al Franken, you asshole liberal. And it comes out,
Well, no, if he's a complete retard, he's probably telling Al Franken, I agree completely with your political beliefs.
All right, here's Triumph, the insult comic dog.
Oh.
Ooh.
What's your name?
What, Triumph, the insult comic dog?
Come to me, dog, huh?
Yes.
What do you do, coming dog?
What am I doing?
Yeah, what do you do?
You know, I'm here to do what all the reporters are doing, you know. Ask questions about the issues, sniff their butts, hump their legs, that kind of thing.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Oh, you could tell he was thrown. He was a little thrown.
He wasn't thrown. He
had any balls, he would have attacked that dumbbell right there.
Thank you. Why not?
Why not?
That's great. You have great chromosomes for me to poop on. That's great. Where's your mother? The one pregnant, drinking, and smoking? So, at what trimester did your father punch your mother in the stomach? Look at your haircut. My hairdo is better around my asshole. I'd rather have a conversation with a cigar in my mouth. Look at your head. It's huge. You look like a boxer.
I've looked at smaller heads humping a Great Dane from behind. That is a huge head.
Oh, my God, this show's
He
awful.
lost his balls.
He did.
He didn't go after him. He was all,
Yes, we're here to cover the election.
I believe he was neutered.
What?
No?
Your parents should have been spayed and neutered to keep freaks like you from walking the earth.
All right.
The way you stand there like a stump, I was going to pee on you. I mistook you for a tree. Then I realized a tree is smarter. Pete Rose called. He wants his hair back. And he's betting 5-1 you're not even human.
Oh, man. We have time maybe for like one or two more of these.
Hi, this is Ronnie Simonson. Today I'm interviewing the Meathead. All in the Family. And of course, we used to sing that sing song. And today...
Can you stop for a second? First of all, Rob Reiner does not want to be called the Meathead.
No. Ever.
The guy is now a director. He, he was the Meathead on All in the Family, but you don't want to be called that after you've moved on for 40 years or whatever it's been. And here he comes. He's got to, if anyone else called him Meathead, he wouldn't give him the time of day and would walk away. But here he's retarded, so he's got to entertain this guy.
Hi, this is Ronnie Simonson. Today I'm interviewing the Meathead. All in the Family. And of course, we used to sing that sing song. And today...
Boy, the way Glenn Miller played.
Saturday's the head pirate. God, like we had it, man. Those were the days. And you know what you were then.
Girls were girls and men were men.
Mister, we can use a Democrat Party like Kerry again.
Oh, God.
Mister, we could use a hanger if your mother gets pregnant again.
Oh, my God. You asshole. Oh, my God.
I'm drooling like a retard. Oh, God. Oh, that got me.
That'll be a promo. Oh.
I hear a new Jimmy sing.
I just can't help.
Cry.
I just can't help my laugh.
You made me cry.
Do we have time for one more? We need to go late today. Is that possible? I don't even know if the system's set up. Listen to Wolf Blitzer being a dick to the kid.
When Kerry gets elected, what would you like to see Kerry and Edwards change as far as changes to come in this country?
You're pretty positive that they're going to be elected, are you? Because, there's another side, the Republicans, they want to get elected, too.
Oh, I know, but right now I'm just thinking...
I think you meant to say if they get elected.
Right, if and when, yeah.
Well, you keep saying when. You don't know for sure they're going to get elected, do you?
Right, but I'm saying if. I meant to say if and when.
If they get elected.
Yeah.
Because the Republicans might get elected.
Right.
We don't know. The election's very close.
That's true.
Yeah. So what's the question again?
But if and when Kerry Edwards get elected, what would you like to see them change?
He was brutal with her. What's the question, you retard?
I like Wolf.
Yeah, right? The only one that actually stood up to those retards.
Yeah. How many times have I said it's stupid? It's if. Genetic embarrassment.
Wipe your mouth.
The Opie and Anthony Show.
Keith the cop now.
Oh, wow. I see disaster in the first 4 little words. Keith tells a story.
Wow. I thought we were doing better radio than this.
Keith is a good storyteller.
Keith tells a story. It's like someone broke jars of ether in the studio. We're all just kind of listening, but...
It's in the slow, and then the cruiser came to a stop.
And something happened with Keith the Cop. When we were on commercial radio, he had a lot more confidence. He's a nervous Nelly.
Just nervous.
On this satellite radio.
Takes up 5 minutes to get 3 words out.
His mouth is dry.
He's the worst plugger, by the way, of anything. He tried to plug something once. I wanted to hug him. as we're going off, it's like, Gamefly, I'm on the adrenal server.
He's horrid.
But he's great at getting you out of tickets.
That's true.
And he runs a heck of a motorcycle ride.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
To be perfectly frank, if I may.
Here's Keith the Cop telling some dumb story.
All right.
The worst of Opie and Anthony.
Hey!
Hello.
That's pretty cool to check out, huh? We got Drew Boogie live in the studio today, mixing and spinning and scratching, itching, I don't know, whatever the hell he does, but it's cool as hell.
I love the sound. It's pretty cool.
All right, we're back with the Opie and Anthony program. Also want to say hi to Keith the Cop. Keith's in studio today.
Good morning, gentlemen.
And he had something unusual happen to him on the way to work today or on the way to the show today.
Good morning. Well, I figured since I was coming in and I haven't been in a while, I would pass downtown and look for our pal Tippy Tom.
Now, imagine that. We might have had Tippy Tom on the show today. But since he's a true homeless guy, he's kind of hard to find because he doesn't have a home. You can't just pull up and bring him in. But, boy, that would have been fun today, huh? Friday with old Golden Buns here in the studio.
But you kind of know some of the areas
He's
hangs out in, right?
Territorial sort of guy. He hangs out down in the meat market sort of area.
I hang out in the meat market.
We got to get him back on.
Golden Buns. Ugh. So actually, Ben did see him up in Penn Station not too long ago. So I guess he migrates north for the cold weather to hang out in Penn Station.
Brilliant.
How come he doesn't go down like underground where all those mole people go?
I don't think the homeless are really into the mole people. That's actually like a whole separate society.
Oh, they're not, okay, that's the same thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Homeless are just homeless, walking around the streets.
How do you become a mole person? Someone says, come on down, check it out?
Fall in a manhole.
All right, so you were looking for Tippy Tom this morning.
Yeah, so I was driving up and down in the meat market, and, well, I guess I kind of forgot that when you're driving up and down the meat market 8 to 10 times back and forth that you bring some attention to yourself.
Now, you should know this more than anybody.
I should know this. And, but I'm on a mission. I'm looking for Tippy Tom, and I wasn't thinking much. And I have to commend my fellow brothers in blue who this morning were driving around in an unmarked vehicle, and I figured they were... I'm driving, and all of a sudden I hear a little whoop, whoop, and I see the little teardrop in the dashboard of the car, and I figure, oh, they're going to a call. Let me pull over to the side and let them go by. And, well, I was the call this morning.
They weren't trying to get around you. They're pulling you over.
So cops pulling over a cop.
And basically I pulled over, and they pulled over. I mean, I go, well, what the hell? And I go, oh.
It hit you. They think you're picking up a tranny.
Because when you are driving around down there and you're driving kind of slow, and I'm looking along the building line, there are these trannies, and they see you and they wave and stuff, like they think you're cruising.
Right.
And obviously so did the NYPD.
You were driving slow, kind of looking
Right.
out your window, looking for Tippy Tom.
Right. And so I pulled over, and they got out of the car and come up to the window, and of course they have the same smart-ass sort of comment like I would have, and they go, looking for a date? And I'm like,
you offering handsome?
And it was slightly embarrassing at that point, just, because they think I'm looking for a date.
For that
and even
split second.
That you happen to, I pulled my ID out, and I said, no, I'm not looking for a date. And, you know, they go, oh, and you know, I don't think they believed me right away until I did mention my.
Oh, now we got a brother here who's looking for a tranny.
Yeah, they're like, oh, look at this cocksucking face. So it turned out, you know, I mentioned my affiliation with the show. I says, you know, I happen to work with the Opie and Anthony show, and I'm looking for, and they did know the show, and oh yeah, and they said, you know, I really didn't fit the description. They said most of the time around that time they get meaty-titted white guys with driving a Saturn with Jersey plates. That's usually the type of people that are stopping at that point in time in the morning.
I don't have Jersey plates. But Tippy Tom, that's a good one. I have to remember that.
Yeah.
I thought this was Tippy Tom.
You think they were buying it?
Yeah, I think when I met, they weren't buying it until I did mention. And they knew Tippy Tom from the old days. So,
but there was nothing they could do to you, right?
No. I
just
mean,
harass you a little bit.
That's pretty much what they were. You know, you can get guys for cruising, but you'd have to.
I love when the cops know the show, man. That is the best.
Yeah.
I got pulled over once going down the Belt Parkway. I was flying, and the cops call that area the killing fields. You see people pulled over there all the time, and they got pulled over. And it was highway patrol, you know, so he's got his glasses and his leathers on and everything like that, and he comes over just badass, you know, license, registration, insurance, just right by the book and everything. Goes back to the car. I didn't tell him anything, you know, I wasn't even going to try to get out of it, but apparently when he called my name over, somebody had told him, oh, that's Anthony from the Opie and Anthony show. So I see him get out of the car, I look in my rearview mirror, and he's got this big smile on his face as he's walking over. His attitude, he might as well have been a different person. You know, when they come up to the window and they're all badass and stuff, you're like intimidated, kind of, you know, I'll be polite, nice, try to get out of this unscathed. And then he comes up just like, hey, dude, what's up? Love the show. Whew. Skated another one.
That's awesome.
Love when they like the show. Hate when it's somebody that you know is out of the demo. You know, when I get pulled over and I see a black woman walk up to the door, I don't even mention it.
Have you ever heard of Opie and...
No,
just
give me the ticket, please. Thank you.
Hey, this is Adam Ferrara. You're listening to the worst of Opie and Anthony. The worst. It's absolutely awful. Enjoy.
XM202, the Opie and Anthony Show.
Everyone was scared.
No one's scared today.
I am.
We're not scared.
Scared.
Speaking of being scared, news teasers.
No.
Shark attacks. It's all about the sharks this summer.
This is huge. The shark attacks, the news, they were petrifying us with these. And the fact of the matter is, not many people get attacked or hurt by sharks. And I guess we kind of go over that.
Yeah, definitely. It's one of our favorite things to do is talk about the fear that the news generates on you and I as we just try to live our lousy lives. So here it is. Shark attacks. Dun, 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 dun. Wait, that's not the Jaws theme. How does it go?
Yeah, it's kind of... Dun 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 dun.
It's the worst. Opie and Anthony.
And finally, a little news wrap up. Just starting the show a little different today. Another shark attack in Florida.
Shark attack.
And the news just showing sharks just swimming offshore where that girl was eaten pretty much alive.
This one just 100 miles from the last shark attack. That's what they're saying. Who cares? It's 100 miles. That's pretty far. I don't think it's the same guy.
How about this? Why don't people just stay in the pools in Florida?
There you go.
Stay away from the ocean.
Stay in the pool. It's nice.
How about this? You just go about business as usual. People are not getting bitten by sharks like
Another
the news shows.
Teen shark attack. This was a 16-year-old boy.
Was he killed?
Ooh. No. He lost his leg, though. They had to chop his leg off. Shark really messed him up.
How many people conservatively do you think swim in Florida every year?
Wow.
1,000,
Florida?
2,000?
Gotta be. I'd say could be a little higher than that.
Possible. Could be more than that, Jim.
Yeah. Let's just say a lot.
Well, in the year 2000, there were 37 shark attacks.
37 shark attacks.
2001, 34, 2002, 29, 2003, 30, 2004, 12.
You know what, though?
So it's safe to say 2005 will be around 30 again. That's it.
Wait, how many in the earlier date?
2000? 37.
Yeah. What's the earliest they go back? 2000?
Well, they're just showing the last 5 years, I
Oh,
guess.
okay. What if they're increasing?
Since the International Shark Attack
That'll
File
get the news.
started keeping records in 1882, there have been 500 attacks in Florida. Since 1882.
Since 1882. Hold on. 1882?
1882.
500 attacks.
In Florida.
And that's not deaths, that's attacks.
Oh, resulting in 12 fatalities.
Okay. Since 1882, 12 people have died from shark attacks in Florida.
1882.
123 years.
And the news is talking about this.
Like this is the biggest danger to your kids. They're all doing reports on it, how to keep your kids safe.
Do you know, probably any activity ever has resulted in more deaths?
Of course.
Since 1882 than 12?
This is the whole culture of fear we talk about all the time.
Dude, I would go as far to say picking wax out of your ears. Since 1882, more people have died from that activity than shark attacks in Florida.
People that eat oysters.
There you go.
Ooh, good one.
Food poisoning.
Yeah, oysters.
Oysters more deadly than sharks,
Definitely.
but not nearly as scary.
What the hell was going on in 1882? That's when they started this record keeping. 500 attacks since then, 12 fatalities.
What happened there?
1882 is like women had to still go to the beach in dresses.
Yeah. Yeah, some guy in like a big stovepipe hat, help me, just getting dragged under. And some guy on the beach decided to go, got a paper and a pencil? Bob was eaten by a shark.
Thigh-high bathing suit. You know the ones that start at the chest and they go all the way down to your mid-thigh? Stripes.
Parasols. They all get changed in those striped booths on the beach with the little triangular flag on the top.
Shark grabbed him by his handlebar mustache and just dragged him out to sea.
Unhand me, scoundrel! 1882.
500 attacks in the
Damn,
Florida area.
that's
12
nothing.
deaths. That's it.
That is nothing.
Sharks stink.
They
500
really do.
attacks, they only killed 12 people?
That's not scary at all.
What nerds.
But the stupid news and the culture of fear, they make it sound like you might as well not even go swimming this year.
Don't
'cause
go
the sharks
swimming.
are absolutely out of their minds this year.
And I guess they were out pretty far. Is what happens. Go out past the point of where a lot of swimmers are, and you're more in their territory.
You know, when I was a little boy and I saw Jaws, it scared me so much that I used to pretend that in my apartment's swimming pool that I was Roy Scheider and I was going to kill a shark.
Tool. The little Jimmy Robinson get eaten on the...
just a little fag.
On the raft. Little Jimmy Robinson comes spilling out all over the dock. I like whenever they're talking about these shark attacks, because now there's a whole thing, should they close the beaches? Should they close the beaches? And every time I hear it, I just think of the mayor. Those beaches will stay open. It's the 4th of July. We're not going to close those beaches.
It's coming up this weekend.
Yep.
That's right.
4th of July.
4th of July.
There have been some injuries to a couple of bathers. A couple of injuries. Guy's trying to sugarcoat the whole thing. Girl was ripped to shreds.
A perfect politician.
Little boy swallowed whole. Who cares?
Didn't this coat have anchors on it?
Yeah, it had the little anchors. My son was in that water too. I just signed it, Mayor. The mayor.
He turns into Dr. Bellows.
Yeah, he had no clue what's going on. All his cronies too, like the business owners and the other guy, Stefano Demira. He was in it. A bunch of clowns. Just wanted the beaches open. Oh, look, see, they're doing the story on TV right now.
Of course. Here's the culture.
They're showing the shark. They showed shark expert. They showed the girl who was killed. Dun, 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 scary music, sharks in the water, holy shit. And you go swimming, what happens to you? Nothing.
Absolutely
You don't
nothing.
even see it.
Every once in a while you get a little nibble like, whoo, what was that?
I swallowed some water. Oh, a jellyfish!
Or a crab, walks over your foot.
The seaweed scrapes by your leg. Oh, I lose it in the water. Because there are just monsters under there. I don't care if it's a shark or a rock. It's a monster. I don't have a good view of it. I will not go in the water. I hate the ocean water. I go down when we go on vacation, the Bahamas, or go on the cruises or something like that. I am petrified. I bob around in the water, and it's kind of cool because you can see in that nice blue water. But you ever go swimming up here? You go to the New York beaches? Stinks. It's like a green-brown muck that you can't see like an inch down.
You have absolutely no idea what's down
there. And
there.
there's just everything down there. You feel rocks, seaweed, there's jellyfish, crabs.
You never went...
Horseshoe crabs scare the piss out of me because they can't do anything to you. They're those wacky, prehistoric-looking little things with the big stinger thing on the back, it looks like.
Yeah.
It's like a 2-foot stinger.
Those things are too busy fucking all day.
Are they?
Oh, my God.
Oh, you always see them up on top of each other?
Every time you go to the beach, they're just humping.
Yeah.
They're just humping away, man.
Can't they sting you?
No, they can't. They really can't. That stinger thing kind of goes up like a little boner, but it doesn't go high enough where you're going to step on it. And it really isn't. It doesn't have a joint on it where it can kind of get to you, or it doesn't have the power to back into you. So it just kind of walks around. But they're creepy looking. And if you step on one, you're just getting the shit scared out of you.
Hey, let me ask you something. You know, we were brought up on Long Island there.
Crab Meadow Beach as a kid I used to go to.
You've never, taken a boat to the middle of the Long Island Sound and just jumped in?
Whoa. Never. I used to ride my jet ski out in the Sound, and you'd pass over these areas where
dark.
The water would be like black, just dark, and you knew you were over a huge crevice that it made the water was real still in one little area. Real still and a lot darker than the surrounding water. And I just you go right over it and go look down and go, oh, please don't fall off now. Please don't fall off.
Yeah, because it's going to matter.
Oh.
If you fall off in 100 feet of water or 1,000 feet.
Just the thought of bobbing in the water and having that much nothingness under you and the creatures that are down there. I am scared pissless of ocean animals.
It was probably just a whale feeding.
Oh.
Can you imagine?
You see ripples on the water and stuff. Because I loved jet skiing. Loved it. Did it all the time. But I was petrified of what was under that water. And I've ditched my jet ski a few times. And I'd fly over, the handlebars or cut the turn and hit a wave wrong. And you just get thrown off the side of the thing. And you got to swim back to it. And as you're swimming back, all I'm thinking is, oh, my God, nothing touched my leg. Oh, if something touched my foot, I'm dead. Oh, my God, I will freak out. I can't take this. And I get back on that jet ski so quick.
Yeah.
I'd be like an acrobat. Do a backflip out of the water to land on the seat. Scares the shit out of me. And then not so much sharks, whatever. I don't care if it's a friggin' minnow. It's going to scare the piss out of me. You see these Jacques Cousteau shows and stuff when I was a kid? And the divers are down there with these groupers. You ever see those fish? They're gigantic.
They have them at Atlantis.
Yeah.
In the Bahamas
Huge.
there.
And, they're just fish. They're not really going to fuck with you. But if I saw something like that in the water, that's it. Put me in a box. It's done.
How about if you saw a nurse shark?
Oh.
Those faggoty sharks that do nothing but just look dumb.
They're harmless,
Big
but they
gaping
are
mouth with no
giant.
teeth.
They're like 30 feet long, these things. And they show divers petting them, and they look like sharks, They kind of have the body and stuff. They just don't have those big teeth.
Yeah.
And it's just, how do you swim with this thing?
Well, we got a local news tease. I got to play this because we laugh at these local news teases.
Oh, because the news, no matter what city you live in, the news has to have their little angle on it. The shark attacks are in Florida, but every state, every city in the country is going to talk to you about shark attacks now and how it affects you.
I'm sure they even had this in Las Vegas.
Iowa. Yeah.
Iowa. Montana.
Sharks in the cornfield?
Right. You would think not, but...
Could sharks enter the farm's irrigation system? We'll tell you.
And then you wait till 10:55 and they go.
And they go, no, that's absolutely impossible. Why did you even think of considering it, idiot?
You idiots. We got you to listen longer or watch longer. Here's the tease from one of the New York TV stations.
Bull sharks. It's the kind that killed this teenager. We will show you how violent they can be. Plus, are they swimming in our area?
Oh, see? Are they swimming in our area? Oh, God.
This is why we do the assault on the media. Right here's a perfect
That's
example.
it. Thank you.
A perfect example why we have no respect for the local media.
None
whatsoever.
Fear-mongering, just bastards.
Scumbags.
Scumbag, fear-spreading bastards. In our area, we'll talk to shark experts, and I'm sure they have the reporter at the beach talking. Look, these waters behind me, do they contain a hidden danger? Beneath the surface, you see people frolicking on, could lurk death. What? And I'm sure Florida, with their 12 deaths since 1882, blows away New York's death count as far as shark attacks go. I'm sure it blows it away. There's probably been 3 since the 1800s, I bet.
Yeah.
And they will scare the piss out of you.
Is there a serial killer wandering around in your backyard?
We saw BTK's chilling confessions of murder yesterday on the news. Could it happen here? Is your neighbor a serial killer? Huh? What?
We'll give you signs to watch out for.
Yeah. We'll tell you what to look for.
Oh, because you're the expert on serial killers now.
Fearmonger.
Fucks. That's why we do the assaults on the media.
We put fear in the hearts of reporters. Fear that there's going to be an Opie and Anthony kook behind you, making you lose your cool and lose your job.
It's never good advice either. Ever. It's just always shallow garbage.
Never. Every year, they got the pat ones every snowstorm. Go out, make sure you have your milk and flashlight batteries and water. Anytime there's a storm, a blackout, remember, fill up your bathtub with water. Like we're living in the 1800s,
right,
where the water isn't going to work for any length of time. Power failures are extremely inconvenient. They are inconvenient. But unless you're in an iron lung, they're not really life-threatening. You know? Even the hospitals have backup generators that'll just keep running and running and running until they get the power on. You know, you don't really sweat a power failure anymore. It's not like the old days. And they're pretty good with getting it on quickly. But you're not going to be without TV. You know, your computer, video games, okay, it is a little life-threatening. But they make it sound like you're going to be stranded in your house for weeks on end. When was the last time you, in the New York area, I don't know about around the country, but you were stuck in your house because of a snowstorm for any length of time? That really mattered.
The 1977 ice storm?
Yeah, when they realized, wow, we need more plows. Up the budget for plows. And now, you know, the streets get plowed. There's a couple that get screwed up and people complain, why my streets ain't plowed? Why I go and look in some other towns and all them streets is plowed?
Oh, there's a reason why your streets aren't plowed.
They haven't welded gun protection, bulletproof guards over the cab of the plows.
It's our way of keeping you guys at home so you don't commit crimes.
Harder to run with stolen merchandise on the ice, isn't it?
Oh, it's a conspiracy.
Yes, it's a big conspiracy. Why do you think snow is white?
That's
Good
right.
point.
Mm-hmm.
I want to listen to that news tease again.
Yeah.
Because these things make me laugh.
Bull sharks, it's the kind that killed this teenager. We will show you how violent they can be. Plus, are they swimming in our area?
Wow. Bull sharks. I call them Bravo Sierras. That's what I call them. Douchebag.
Oh, that's just awful.
Yeah, so they're fearmongers. Spread the fear. Shark attacks in our area.
All right, here we go, Anthony. We're getting more facts on shark attacks. The United States averages just 16 shark attacks each year.
Each year.
And slightly less than one shark attack fatality every 2 years.
Every 2 years.
On average, obviously.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, in the coastal U.S. states alone, lightning strikes and kills more than 41 people each year.
41 people a year get it from lightning.
Right.
So obviously more of a chance of
But see, to do a news story on lightning strikes, it's kind of boring.
In the coastal states, it says? The lightning for the coastal states?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you can't include the entire country, which then would be a huge number, right?
Of course it would be. Of course. But to do a story on that's just boring.
Well, they probably only did the coastal states because of the, that's where the sharks...
Well, yeah, that's exactly what they're doing.
Yeah.
They're trying to compare the shark attacks to other things that could happen in those areas. And lightning's a lot more dangerous.
Australia's like kicking ass as far as the shark attacks go. According to the International Shark Attack File, between 15...
How to survive Jaws! Hold on!
Oh
my
come
God!
on, here it is.
Maybe feeding more frequently, and that's usually dawn and dusk. So avoid periods of dawn and dusk,
Here it is.
and you're less likely to be attacked by a shark, which, by the way, is a very, very low probability to begin with.
And what about what you wear, Greg?
He's the shark expert.
What you
well,
wear.
We know that sharks feed on small schooling fishes in many cases,
So
and
unless
if you
you
wear
don't dress like a fish,
shiny jewelry,
you'll be
bright
fine.
bathing
Leave
suits,
your seal
that
outfit
tends
at
to be
home,
reflective,
shithead.
tends to perhaps attract a shark, or you may actually mimic a bait fish. So you don't want to do that. So avoid those kind of shiny objects.
So even if you do all those things to try and avoid it, but the worst things happen, you see a shark.
There it
Yesterday
is.
we were talking to a surfer, and he
Fear.
said it's not uncommon for him to see
Not
sharks
uncommon.
below
She didn't get enough
his
fear out of this
surfboard, but
guy, so
he's-
she's gonna
he's
keep
better.
trying.
He's-
Right. He
you know,
said
he's
it's
not
uncommon.
frightened by that. The average person's going to freak out. What do you do if you see a shark in the water?
Scream.
Well, I think it's
what do you
if
do?
you're an average
Suck its
person and you
dick.
see a shark, you are going to freak out. And the best thing to do is just keep your eye on it and leave the water, very calmly. Don't panic, don't splash.
They show sharks
Just
eating
remove
during this
yourself from the
feature, by the way.
presence of the shark.
They're showing sharks
And
eating
if the
to
shark
scare you
does
more.
bite you, like the young boy Monday morning
What do you do?
who was fishing,
What do you do if
and
the shark eats
his
you?
brother and another friend, they're pounding on the shark because once it gets a hold of you, it doesn't want to let go. So those are the things you just hit
Listen
on
to
the
how
shark.
she's building the fear.
In the cases where a shark does bite you and it is holding on to you, it's grabbing you with its jaws, strike the shark wherever you can. Let the shark know that you are not an easy prey
Hit him
item.
in the balls.
Go ahead
Where's
and punch
shark's
it
balls?
any way you can, eyes, nose, anywhere you
If
can reach
attacked,
on the shark.
fight back.
You know, we always hear about the nose. Is that because that's a sensitive area on the shark?
Well, because the nose has not only the nostrils...
It's the only place
and
you can
the-
hit.
it also has
Yeah.
other
What, are we
kinds of
gonna hit him in the
sensory
tail?
systems on it.
Kidney
It may
shot
be
while he's
sensitive
eating your
to
leg?
the shark. So go ahead and strike it. Really, you're in a survival mode. So
Survival
as
mode.
is the case in any kind of wild
You guys
animal
understand
attack,
what's going on here? They're
strike it
doing a
any
whole
way you
report
can.
on how to
Hey,
protect
Greg,
yourself
what's
from
this
sharks.
about? You know, we've
Maybe
been hearing
20
recently
people are
about
gonna have
shark
to
repellents,
have to use
chemical
this.
ones and
this-
electrical ones.
she should
I know
be
there's some
shot to the
research being
face.
done. Do you think that's going to do any good?
Certainly, yeah. Most of the shark repellents under development right now are
Shark
still
repellent.
under development.
Repellent.
They're being tested.
Here it
but
is.
there
It's
is
called
some
land.
promising avenues that the researchers are going down. Again, most of these repellents, though, are used for commercial divers, for people who are in the water much more frequently. They're not geared up toward the regular swimmer, so they may not be applicable right away for the average person going to the beach.
Sharks
and
can
the number
detect
one thing, as
prey
you said,
hundreds
though, it
of
is
yards
rare.
away.
If you do see a shark, don't
8
panic.
shark
They're-
attacks in
they're
Florida
really
this
not,
year. They're flashing this on the screen in
they
red
don't look
background.
at humans
Red
any
background,
differently
white
than
letters.
any other thing in the water, right? So it's not like they're coming after us. You just have to be
Oh,
as prepared
I
as you can.
swear to God, I hope she fucking
Absolutely.
drops
I mean,
dead.
They love
Sharks
this
don't
shit.
want to eat people. It's a case of mistaken
No,
identity.
they
They're
do.
going
Don't
after
say
some other
that.
food item, and it happens to be
You're
a
not
person
scaring them enough.
in very, very rare
Yeah, they see-
instances. So best thing to do is not worry about swimming with sharks. They're all around us at any given time, and don't panic.
All right, Greg. Well, thank you very much for that vital information for
Robin.
braving
Vital.
the
Vital.
We sure do appreciate it.
Vital.
Thanks a lot.
He didn't.
pleasure.
He was saying how it's not a problem, how this is so rare. Don't worry about it. And she had to keep adding in these little points to make it sound scarier. Unbelievable.
You want vital information? How about this? In case your car might break down, don't drive near like Bedford-Stuyvesant or Brownsville.
There
That's
you go.
vital information.
Vital information to your safety. According to the International Shark Attack File, between 1580 and 2003.
1580.
1580 and 2003.
Dude, that's like Vikings.
Right, Vikings. You're talking Vikings.
So you had to go to the beach with that wacky skull cap with the horns, whatever you want to call it, the Viking hat.
Viking hat. Oh, there were 1,909 confirmed shark attacks around the world. Around the world since 1580.
You know how many people have lived since 1580?
Since 1580, there have been 38 deaths in the United States. Since 1580.
That's it?
38 deaths.
It was in the United States until 1776, Anthony.
Yeah, I know.
Ooh.
Australia is at 132, and they're topping the list. Europe with one little shark attack that killed somebody.
They're so white the sharks can't see them in the water.
And how about Bermuda?
How about
Bermuda? 4 attacks since 1580, resulting in no deaths. No one in Bermuda has died from a shark attack since 1580.
Bermuda's going to have to do better.
Yeah.
They just did a whole report on how to protect yourself from shark attacks, knowing that maybe another 20 people will get bit by a shark this year.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Here it is.
Maybe. I wanted to sail a softball right into her perfect cap teeth. She was making me physically ill.
Here it is. In 1996, that's the only year I have for this, there were 18 reported injuries and deaths from shark attacks. 18 injuries and deaths from shark attacks.
In Florida?
But there were 199,000 injuries from working with screws, nails, tacks, and bolts. 140,000 injuries from ladders. 44,000 injuries from toilets. Where's the news special on toilet danger?
That's right.
How do you 44,000 injuries from toilets?
How to protect yourself from your own toilet.
Are there logs in your neighborhood?
Oh, how not to sit on your testicles. We'll tell you at 11. You don't want that to happen. You fall down a little close to the front and almost sit on your ball bag. And 35,000 injuries while pruning, trimming, or edging plants.
That's why we do the assaults on the media.
Yep.
No respect whatsoever.
None whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
We're not buying into their culture of fear.
Wow. All right, New York City?
Mm-hmm.
Is that here? New York City reporting the following number of people bitten by dogs, 8,064. Bitten by other people, 1,587.
People are doing more biting than dogs?
Well,
in New
no,
York?
dogs were 8,000.
Oh, 8,000.
People were 1,500.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
Cats, 800. Rats, 300. Squirrels, 100. Raccoons, 11. Ferrets, 7. Skunks, 3. And there were 13 shark injuries reported nationwide the same year. So, where's the other people danger? The bitten by people.
God, they really are scumbags.
They
the American
love
media.
scaring people, building things up. And this is just one little thing that is, obvious to us. Look at all the other stories. This is what they do for a living. It's not about giving you the news. It's not about the news anymore. It's about ratings, sensationalism, and scaring the piss out of you so you tune in more, you watch more, you're concerned for your safety. It's always about your safety. You have to watch this or you might be injured. That's what the news is now.
Didn't they used to be like, I heard when JFK got shot, the reporter said to the Kennedys, look, whenever you're ready to make a statement, we're here. Like they showed them some respect and some privacy. And it's like back then, didn't they have a little bit more dignity or self-respect or integrity? Like what happened that just turned them into these fucking vultures?
I'll tell you what
Money.
happened. Money, certainly, but the competition got greater, obviously. More channels and stuff back then. What, we had 3 news channels?
Yeah. Yeah, it was pretty much your networks. You had the news.
And
the news wasn't all day, by the way. If something happened, unless it was a big event that they cut into television for, you waited until 6 o'clock or 5 o'clock to get your news. That was it. You had your whatever TV that went up to Channel 13. Well, a lot of those channels did nothing. And the other ones were your networks. So you tune in the news, the morning news, and then the evening news, and then the late news. That was it.
Coming up, women in danger.
What is this now? Women in danger? Coming up, vampires among us? I shit you not.
It's new book everyone's talking about. Ahead.
Coming up, vampires among us with a question mark.
Nosferatu they're showing.
Dude, and they were showing Nosferatu. I shit you not, people. We just read that on the news. Women in danger with a question mark, and then vampires among us with what? Are they listening to this show and now they're fucking with us? Because that can't be real. That cannot be real while we're having this conversation. It did not just say vampires among us. Oh, my dear sweet Lord.
They'll interview those cornball vampire people who hang out and think they're dark and gothic.
Right.
I guarantee that's what they're going to do. I'm a vampire. I like blood.
I am just stupefied at this.
And then we get these articles in the paper about us and our assaults on the media.
Yeah,
well,
a news reporter is doing a story on rape. Why are these guys behind? Do these news people have any dignity left at all where we can't go up and just shake our cocks behind them? What dignity do these guys have that anything we do behind a newscaster means anything?
Can you picture Cronkite reading that tease?
Vampires among
us.
Tune in at 5 o'clock when I'll do a story on vampires. Holy shit, I covered the Tet Offensive, now I'm doing vampires. Holy shit, women in danger of vampires. Shark vampires swimming off the waters in our area.
Unbelievable. I can't believe I just saw Vampires Among Us.
Classic.
With that red background, that alert red background with the white lettering on it, where you can't miss it, even in your peripheral vision. If you're walking through your living room and there's a TV, you got to look and go, there's some kind of danger I need to be alerted to. These scumbags.
Please, let's get more of them fired. Please.
Oh,
please get them fired.
You know, it really should be a mission. Now there's so many news channels that it's so competitive that a guy in a suit sitting behind a desk with 4 clocks behind him just doesn't cut it anymore. The American public will not watch that. They want action. They want it to be like an action movie. They want excitement. They want danger, but not real danger, just this perceived danger. Don't put me in danger. Tell me about the danger I'm in.
The sad part, the majority of the viewers can't decipher what's real and what's not. And what's
exactly, yeah.
You know, they can't figure it out that a lot of this is sensationalism.
Yeah, when you're close to the media, as we have been, you do realize how much they get wrong, how phony it is, and how much they're doing things for ratings. But yeah, 99% of the American public, forget about it. They eat this shit up and go, oh, did you hear? It's water cooler talk. They love it. The news loves spreading this shit around where they know people are going to go to work. You hear about the shark attacks?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm going to the beach this weekend. Well, I saw, don't wear jewelry. Don't go out and splash. Don't wear a fucking seal suit. Watch out for the vampires. They're out there, too.
If you're having your
Wear
period,
sunblock,
don't go in the water.
Yeah, who?
That'll attract the sharks.
Well,
you know how many girls are having their periods at any given fucking moment?
That's probably
at
true,
Jones
just
Beach?
because it grosses me out if I'm swimming around some big blood stain.
These parents have enough to worry about at the beaches, and now that they have it in the back of their mind, this fear as well now.
Yeah.
Looking out for sharks. Some guy is diddling your 8-year-old.
Yeah, where's that danger? The little bathing suit.
Let's go to Bob in Jersey. Bob, let's go.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey,
how about the news does something useful, like how to protect your Jeep from Schwoogies?
There you go.
Watch out.
There you go. I would still have an XM satellite radio in my car.
Is your Jeep in danger?
Are there you-know-whats in your neighborhood?
Paul from Bensonhurst.
Yay.
Let's go, man. Paul. We're on a good roll. Let's go.
Hey, all right. So, yeah, there are sharks in Bensonhurst. They're called mud sharks.
He cracked himself up.
Let's go to Dave in Oklahoma.
What's going on, guys?
Hey, Dave.
Hey, Ant, wasn't 1882 the year you and Groucho used to go to the beach, and that's when you started keeping track of that?
Yes, me and Groucho on the beach.
Let's go to Ryan in Florida.
Hey. Hey, what's going on? I love you guys. Doesn't teen shark attack sound a hell of a lot sexier than fat lady shark attack, though?
Of course it does.
Teen shark attack.
Very sexy.
All right, thank you.
Anyway, punch it out.
Let's go to Dr. D in Indiana.
Hey, good morning. 2 headlines in the local paper. Local authorities try to weed out pot problem. Another headline, is your dog's liver in danger from radio DJs?
Very good.
Weed out the problem, yeah.
Yeah, well.
At 6 o'clock, this is Sticky in Louisiana. At 6 o'clock, horseshoe crabs, hidden menace. I love using lines like that, too. That's a great news line. Hidden menace? A danger? Oh, it's always so dangerous out there just to step out your fucking door in the morning. It's such a danger.
Tom, what's going on?
What's up, guys?
Hey,
this weekend my car was broken into. They stole my XM. I was within 100 miles from you. Do you think we should launch an investigation?
Yeah, exactly.
Only 100 miles away.
Boy,
Only 100 miles away, they stole my radio. Let's call the media.
they actually said that. The latest attack only 100 miles away.
It's such.
You know how long it would take you to swim 100 miles?
Yeah.
Fucking assholes, you know how long it takes to drive 100 miles on Long Island on a Friday?
Exactly.
Fucking retards.
All right, let's go to another Tom. Tom?
Yeah, how you doing?
Hey.
Hey, what I want to do is take some of these reporters that are reporting on these sharks down the beaches, throw them into the water. See what the real hidden danger is, like the riptides that kill more people in a year than have been killed by sharks since 1882.
Another interesting stat. 2 people die each year from death by soda machines. I can't even figure out how that could possibly happen.
I'm guessing you try to shake it loose to
And
get your
it
soda.
falls on you.
Yeah.
Justly falls on you.
Do you think that when you're killed like that, your family goes, please, God, let there be one other person in this country who died this way?
Yeah.
So we're not related to the only asshole?
There's 2. They could put him to rest with a little smile on their face, because, yes, there are 2 per year. I guess that is the only way you can die from a soda machine. I can't really imagine any other way. The can comes flying out and hits you in the head. Was that a Stephen King movie?
Some sort of an electricity thing, but maybe you're standing in water and you go to... But that would probably be an electrical death, but that really a soda machine death?
Well...
Maybe the change return shoots a quarter into your pee hole.
Right. That could hurt.
Yeah, that would just hurt, though. Let's go.
Change shooting into your pee hole?
Are there soda machines in your neighborhood?
A soda machine danger you haven't heard about.
Are your children near soda machines?
Jeff in Chicago.
Hey, what's up, fellas?
Hey, Jeff.
Hey, I wanted to know how many people have died fucking, and, if it's probably more, why on the news don't we hear, them telling us not to fuck real hot Puerto Rican chicks?
Even though the joke went horribly wrong, I think you do have a good point about it's just
I'm not a pro, man. I'm just taller,
All right. Thank you, Jeff.
Here's a biggest headline here in Tampa is shootout at the airport. Turns out to be a guy shot his ex-wife in the parking lot and got shot by a cop, and the teaser makes it sound like it's some kind of terrorist attack. They only say shootout at the airport.
Of course.
Because they love, especially with the terrorist thing, anything that happens with an airplane or an airport, they love giving you as little information and as much fear as possible.
For to listen to Opie and Anthony is more good than to work in the fruit roll-up factory, making a fruit roll-up.
When I was in Russia, we work and make things that's so much better than your American...
Because what do you... let me just... well, you already know, but...
You don't want to work. Work good for you.
Right?
Why you don't want to work?
I was farting so bad, and it stunk so bad.
You fat American.
Right?
Russia is so much better than you, my friend.
I think that would be something that maybe people should need to know.
Okay, back to work.
XM202, the Opie and Anthony Show.
Mike Tyson.
Always fun. Mike Tyson.
Mm-hmm.
I guess he was in trouble for jumping on the hood of a car and scaring some people. And, of course, we commented on that.
Well, we also, I think, had Mike Tyson stop by to spell words and stuff. Yeah.
How about that?
How about that? Jimmy?
Yeah, nothing more else to say about it.
Yeah,
nothing else more
you
to
really
say
have
about
nothing
that.
for the segment. It's okay.
What? No farts from Jimmy in this
Anything?
segment or
Jimmy, anything? They're ready to start the bid. Look.
Scared.
They're ready to push play.
Opie, happy birthday.
It's not your birthday.
Stop with your birthday.
Mike Tyson on the Opie and Anthony Show.
It's the worst of Opie and Anthony.
Mike Tyson is in trouble again. He's having a lot of problems.
What happened to Iron Mike Tyson?
Well, we have to go back. Another story we could clean up. Tyson is now living in Arizona? Are you living in Arizona, Mike?
I live in Arizona. That's a state that's in the... I believe it's in the upper Midwest. I know my geometry.
No, it's real. No,
it's in the upper Midwest.
No, it's not even close,
Arizona.
Mike. It's not even close to the upper Midwest.
I'm a homer in Arizona. Iron Mike is making a joke.
Well,
you better laugh, motherfucker.
it's a very funny joke, matter of fact, yes.
These tattoos on my face were supposed to be a joke, too. I must have been drunk.
You must have been. Well, your career is in shambles, Mike.
Shambles?
After that last...
Is that near Arizona?
No,
My
no.
career's in shambles, and I'm in Arizona. Shouldn't I be in shambles, too? With my career?
It's in shambles ever since you lost that fourth-round knockout to the British guy, that journeyman, Danny Williams. You remember fighting him?
Did you see the fight?
Yes, I did.
I don't remember going into the ring.
You did not look good, and you got knocked out.
I got knocked the fuck out.
You got knocked out, Mike. And now they're saying you're very depressed.
Very depressed.
They're saying you're abusing cocaine.
Yeah.
And you're running up...
Well, abuse is such a strong word. You know, it's hard for me to abuse anything. I'm a casual user of cocaine. But because my nose is so big, I have to do so much. So people say I'm abusing it.
Spell abuse.
Abuse. E.
No, it's not E.
L. The number 8 Q.
No, it's...
Abuse.
It starts with an A, but... All right, well...
It starts with an A, like where I live. Scottsdale.
Well, okay, sure. So you're abusing the cocaine and you're running up running up debts with shady associates while living in Phoenix, Arizona with your girlfriend, Shelly, the mother of your 2-year-old son.
That bitch could take a punch. I love it. She mouths off. Mouth. M. Oh, that's right. M-O-F. Mouth.
No, it's
See,
not.
Iron Mike is getting more educated as the years go on.
So your life is in shambles, and now they're saying in the paper today... What are they saying in the paper today? Well, I don't know what they're saying, because that's not in front of me either. Hold on, Mikey.
What are they saying
All
in
right,
the
I got
paper about Iron Mike?
I got it.
That I punch at my tiger in the testicle? I had to sell my tigers.
You had to sell your tigers, too?
Yeah, I got to sell everything. I'm broke.
Well, they're saying...
I've been hanging with the wrong niggas.
You were arrested last night on suspicion of misdemeanor criminal damage for allegedly jumping on the hood of a car outside of a city nightclub?
Allegedly.
What's the story there, Mike?
Well, it's allegedly, which means I might not have done it. But I did.
You did do it, right?
Yeah. He frightened me. Aren't there signs in this amusement park that says do not roll windows down while driving through Lion Country Safari?
Yeah.
Well, you know, they rolled the window down. They taunted Mike with a little treat. So I jumped up on his hood and ripped off his windshield wiper. They snapped some pictures and laughed. Lucky there wasn't in a convertible.
Well.
Convertible.
Yeah.
R.
No.
9. And the symbol for Mercury.
It's not even close. And they're saying you dented the hood of this car.
Well, look at me. Of course I dented it. Yeah, but you didn't see what happened after.
Were you jumping up and down like it was luggage?
Well, I was jumping up and down like he was driving a piece of Samsonite luggage, but that's nothing compared to what I did after. Afterwards, you know what I did? I jumped through subway tracks and picked up a big subway train and cracked it open and ate some of the people inside.
No.
Then I grabbed a hot blonde and I climbed up the Empire State Building and swatted at some biplanes.
That wasn't you. That was King Kong.
I went, "Arr, arr," and they rat-a-tat-tat started shooting me. And then I fell all the way down to the sidewalk. And then some guy came over and said, "'Twas beauty killed the beast."
Beauty. How do you spell beauty?
Beauty. F.
No, it's not.
C. And the logo for XM Satellite Radio.
All right.
Beauty.
Well, there's more details here. You were leaving a nightclub at 1 a.m.
I was?
Yes. Okay. And this car stopped to let you cross the street. And all of a sudden, you decided to start screaming and yelling at the guy, and then you jumped on the hood of this guy's car on your hands and knees and began to pound on it.
You see how I pounce?
Yeah.
I was trying to impress a female of my species across the street. So I pounce up and down and grab bushes and throw them.
You got one of those nice big red asses
I
to show
my
off.
teeth and my big red mandrill ass as I jumps around. Yeah, that gets the ladies. they didn't say, no newspapers reported what he was doing that annoyed Mike so much. He sounded like he was just driving, but his buddies was pissing me off.
Why?
They were following behind me, taking plaster casts of my footprints and selling them. What is Sasquatch? I never heard such terms. Sasquatch.
No, you don't even have to attempt to spell that one. No.
Print page.
Print page?
I'm spelling on the typewriter. Isn't that how it's done?
Well, okay.
L-O-Y shift.
All right. More info here, Mike.
Ooh, I don't know how much more info Mike's brain could take.
Well, the valet who witnessed this said that you were intoxicated and you were falling over and slurring as you were crossing the street.
But that wasn't Mike's fault.
Why?
Everybody thinks Mike's fault that I was slurring my speech and falling down. But minutes earlier, a Land Rover pulled up and fired a dart into Mike's neck. And that's why I was weaving. And I'm still walking around with a tag on my ear and a radio collar on. That's how they keep tabs of me. But that's why I was drowsy. You would too if you had a dart full of tranquilizer in your neck. That's why I was not intoxicated. I was drugged for a medical experiment.
Oh, no.
F-P-R, Control, Escape, Delete.
All right, whatever you say, sure.
Experiment.
And finally, they're saying you're beginning to train for a fight. Do you know about this?
No, I gotta fight again.
You're going to be fighting in March.
Mike don't want to get his ass kicked no more. I have to train for a fight.
You're training for a fight, yeah.
The training starts early. First, they paper train me so I could go into the kitchen on the papers, and then it starts from there. And then perhaps soon I could live inside in the house, and I have to live in the Mike house out back, where all my feces litter the yard. That's we gotta train early. It's kind of that's the first step in training. Then I could come inside, and maybe they will pet Mike and let him sleep at the foot of the bed. I am not an animal. I am Mike Tyson.
Well, Mike, we have some instant feedback coming in here. And Gravy Egos from the Pacific Ocean writes...
Gravy Egos?
Uh-oh.
He's checking in from the Pacific Ocean.
Yes, I wonder what he wants to talk
Yeah,
about.
I wonder. I effing wonder. Just please make me understand.
Could it be that little guy?
He wants to know if Tyson punched Lacey Peterson in the stomach and then wonder where her uterus went.
Now, that would have solved the problem, wouldn't it? That boy wouldn't have to go fishing. If I punched, there would be nothing left. That's what I used to do to my ex-wife, the one from Head of the Class. What was that bitch's name?
Robin Givens?
Robin Quivers.
Robin Givens?
I would like to punch her in her big fat fucking face. Robin Givens?
Givens.
Oh, that's a different one. Yeah. Well, I'd like to punch her, too. I was married to her, and remember I punched her in the face during the argument, and in an interview I said it was the best punch I ever gave. And she took it. I miss her.
You miss Robin.
I like a bitch who could take a punch to the uterus. I miss that. Yeah, any more details?
I'm looking.
On my rampage?
I'm looking. I think that's about it. The guy, he just wants his hood fixed. He doesn't even really want to press charges. He just wants his hood fixed that did when you were jumping up and down on all fours.
I don't have that kind of scratch.
What are you doing, Mike?
14. What?
What were you just doing?
Oh, I was. Sometimes I make that noise. I think I got Tourette's.
Yeah.
Yes, right in the middle of the tone. Right in the middle of talking, sometimes I bust out like that, and I get on all fours and start pouncing on car hoods. Oh, look, I'm on the TV.
Yeah. Well.
What is that mysterious box with a picture in it?
That's The TV.
Yeah, I shouldn't have said TV first.
I know. The joke would have.
What
It would have worked. Yeah.
Sometimes I don't think so straight. I got brain damage. Brain.
Well, it's in there.
C. P. That's a hard one.
All right, Mike. Well, thank you.
Well, thank you.
No, thank you.
I'll see you down in the parking garage. Any blonde woman in this city on maybe the 60th floor I could shove my big fist through the window, grab, and climb buildings? No? I like that. They go, ah! They start screaming. I climb up the building with them. I tickle them a little, peek under their dress. They charge me with rape, and then the biplane shoot me. That's a night out for Mike.
All right, well. Want to thank
phone calls coming in.
Anthony, you just missed Mike Tyson. He was
I did.
Giving us an exclusive on his arrest overnight.
The Opie and Anthony Show.
We're back with the Opie and Anthony Show. American Badass. Kid Rock. Our buddy, our pal.
Oh, what happened to my music? We were jamming, man.
We were rocking. I like that.
Anthony, breaking news. We got Linda Lovelace's sister on the phone. There's
Barbara Borman.
There's a very tragic story in the New York papers about Linda Lovelace, right?
Yeah, she died.
She died, which is very sad.
Mm-hmm.
We're huge fans of porno.
Stop it.
Well, I know later in life, I know the whole story. We'll get into it with Linda Lovelace's sister. You know, later on in life, she didn't want anything to do with that. We understand all that.
Even at the time, it seems that, there were things going on that she wasn't very happy with what she was doing.
Right. Well, the papers are reporting that they don't have enough money to bury Linda Lovelace.
Yeah. See?
Because I said something stupid, right?
See? I knew it, Opie. Oh.
What did I say?
You can't say we're big fans of porno. I knew she would hang up. Very sensitive about that. Very.
But then I kind of corrected myself real fast.
No, that was enough. The way that family is, and the sister, forget about it.
Are you?
I knew it. That's why I was completely playing.
Why don't we do our little trick that we do?
I don't know. That ain't gonna work. That ain't gonna work. The big one that got away. The big one that got away.
We were gonna pay for her funeral, man.
I know.
Jeez. Well, let's just wait. Oh, wait, she's back.
Barbara?
Hello.
Hi.
Are you mad at us?
I am not interested in speaking about Linda Lovelace and the pornography.
Okay, that's fair enough.
Well, I heard a little laugh, and it upsets me.
Hold on. There was no one laughing.
No.
Oh, we laugh at stupid things, but we weren't laughing.
No, nothing like that. I'm very familiar with the story, as a matter of fact.
We were just trying to explain to people who she was, that's all.
Yeah. That
we understand the family's stance on this whole thing.
That she was basically assaulted. That's how that
got that right.
What that amounted to. The woman did not want to do this, and she was taken advantage of, and spent the rest of her life as an advocate for people put in the same situation.
Yes, she did.
And now she just recently died on Monday, I guess. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
And it was 3 weeks after a car accident.
She had a horrific car accident.
Yeah.
Yeah, what happened?
It seems like, I think, a tie rod. It's under investigation. It seems that I was told that a tie rod broke and her seatbelt broke. The car rolled over 3 or 4 times, and she was thrown about 38 feet out of the windshield.
Oh, Jesus.
She broke both legs, shattered elbow, and pelvis was broken.
Now, what she was in, I guess, financial straits here. It seems
she died penniless.
Penniless. So,
and if you would like to have people send to a fund that's being sent up for her,
yeah,
I can give you that information.
Well, how much does a funeral cost? How much have they?
I have no idea.
You have no idea.
No.
And what do you what do you need money for? Because we would like to.
It's not me. It's what's been set up for her grandchildren.
Oh, see, it sounded like because we're reading Linda Lovelace can't afford her burial.
Well, my father's out there to help her.
Oh, okay. Well, we kind of wanted to pay for the funeral for the gal.
Well, that's pretty darn nice.
Well,
so you have enough money to bury her?
Honey, I'm in Florida. I'm not there, and I don't want to go there.
Oh, why not?
Because I'd rather remember the way she was and the wonderful times we had together. My father is there.
Right.
And her son is coming home. He's due in tonight. He's in the National Guard. And his daughter is there, too. I mean, her daughter.
Is it that you don't have the means to go, or you just would rather not go?
Both. You know, it's pretty expensive to go out, and I'm just going to stay home and grieve with myself.
There you go. Do you?
In my heart, I feel better right here.
Do you have any? Has anyone had any contact with that first husband of hers?
What, that idiot?
Yeah.
Chuck Trainer?
Yeah, that guy.
No one has had any contact with him.
No one, and no one is trying to. He hasn't tried to contact anybody now that she's died.
I'm sure not.
Interesting.
Any memories of Linda Lovelace you'd like to share with our audience this afternoon, Barbara?
As my younger sister, she was my baby doll. I was 16 when she was born. She was a beautiful little girl, a very happy little girl. And then all hell broke loose. But she and I were always very close.
Yeah.
And I wish to remember those memories of that.
Yeah.
And but as far now, I can give you another call out there. Want to help with expenses or what?
Yeah, we would like to do something nice for
Opie.
Linda Lovelace.
Opie, yes, we would. So what is a fund is being set up?
Yes.
And this fund is for?
Linda Lovelace Memorial Fund is going to be set up in lieu of flowers into an account for her grandchildren's college fund.
Right.
And, well, now here's another tip here. Her funeral expenses are being covered.
Oh, they are?
They are. I'm just reading my notes from her sister-in-law. Her first, what do you call it, check?
Oh, good. So
she was on disability, and it came the day after she died. But anyway, she has a sister-in-law out there who's handling all of this and doing very well. But she has said that people are calling her and wanting to donate and so on.
Yeah.
So if you want to, I can give you the account number, the name of the bank.
Well, we shouldn't have that kind of information put out on the air, I don't think. But is there a phone number perhaps, or somewhere where people might be able to get in touch and send a donation? Are you okay?
You can send a donation to me and I can forward it.
Okay.
If you want to, that's entirely up to you.
Right. Well,
I can give you the name of the bank. The name of the bank.
Yeah, let's give out the name of the bank. If you're just tuning in, Linda Lovelace died tragically in a car accident on Monday.
Yeah, and we're just there's a fund,
and we got Barbara on the phone. Her loving sister.
You're the older sister?
Yes, I am.
Ah.
We lost another 14 years ago. Anyway, are you ready for this?
Yes.
All right.
Andrew, you owe me $1,000.
Yes.
It's Wells Fargo Bank.
Okay.
Englewood, Colorado.
Barbara, you all right?
Yeah. Cindy, where's the account number? Is this it? Yes.
Okay.
The account number is 8838.
Oh, Hunter.
Okay.
And I want to thank everybody from coast to coast, north and south, who have called here and who send their condolences.
Right.
And she was a lovely girl.
I bet, Barbara. Well, thank you so much for spending a few minutes with us today and giving us a little remembrance of Linda. And
when she was advocating, I wish you could have heard her speeches. They were unbelievable.
Yeah.
And she did a great job.
Stick it in my mouth.
She'll be a legend. That's for sure.
I bet.
Well, best of luck to you, Barbara.
Thank you very much.
I think Barbara really needs to give out that account number again.
Do you think? Did we get it?
Just the account number once again.
One more
Barbara.
time.
All right.
I'm sorry, Barbara.
That's okay.
Penises.
Okay. Thank you very much, Barbara.
Okay, thank you for calling.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
There she goes.
Where do I hand in my membership card to the human race? Do I just burn it, or do I have to turn it back in? Do I have to turn it in? Do I have to give it to somebody? Or do I just wait for it to expire? Holy Jesus!
Whew, that was awful.
That's it for the worst of Opie and Anthony.
Golly gosh.
Catch Opie and Anthony live Monday through Friday, 6 to 10 a.m. Eastern, 3 a.m. to 6 a.m. Pacific, with replays throughout the day. Want more? Go to opieandanthony.com.